It's Tingle and go.
Recording in progress.
All right, welcome back and good morning here.
I apologize.
On this Wednesday morning.
God.
Lloyd showed a little peek behind the curtain of the reason it takes us so long to get started is sometimes because of late arrivals and sometimes just because
Christian's got to get his memes off.
The pre-show conversation
Take a turn.
can get a little bit off off the train tracks.
Goof boats.
But we appreciate everybody getting in here this morning, starting your day with us. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe,
retweet,
and stick around and retweet. Yeah, as we see it in the chat. Dylan Go Tiger says, "So hot when the Lane train retweets the show."
It is
Cordell says, "Get Lane in studio."
We'll go to him.
Yeah, we'll go wherever.
No,
we'll go wherever. But it was nice to see the
we
retweet
budge for
this
no
morning.
man.
But we appreciate all of you, all of your support. Don't forget, every single day, our show is brought to you by FanDuel, as we are partnered up with them here in 2026. I did bet on basketball last night.
Oh God!
Responsibly. I bet against.
High school basketball again? No, you're a coach.
No, not high school basketball.
When you said it, it sounded like you were
against
pointing.
the Pelicans.
Listen.
Well, I strong-armed a boy.
I had some inside
Well,
information.
I was upset because I bet against the Pelicans.
Little bastard needed more than 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
I made sure he did.
Because I'm a fan.
We know this.
You hedged
But it was the smartest bet that I saw out there was the Nuggets to cover.
Oh, cover.
And they covered.
Okay. They won by 6? The line was less than that?
The line was 3.
Really?
No Jokic, but I just knew.
I guess the Pels are at home on a back-to-back, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Zion scored 12, I think. Queen only had 10.
Poach actually watched the game. I missed
I
it.
watched it. Murphy played well. He had, 31?
When
Yeah,
Zion
he
doesn't
played
play
well.
well, Trey Murphy plays well.
There you go.
So
Yeah, you can't
God
have
forbid.
both.
Right.
But shout out to FanDuel, our friends over at FanDuel. Make sure you bet responsibly. But they do a great job with the live betting lines, and they pay you out instantly. So as the college football playoff championship game will be next week, and there's plenty of other sports going on as well, like some college basketball, which we'll talk about before tonight, as LSU and Kentucky face off in the PMAC, and what could be a pretty important game. I don't know if y'all saw the write-up from Wilson Alexander yesterday, but we'll talk a little bit about that this morning. There was some other news as well throughout the day yesterday. Before that, I want to say good morning to everybody in studio. How
Good
are we
morning.
doing? Everybody doing all right?
Excellent.
Lloyd, you doing good?
It's a beautiful day.
Jonathan? Christian?
Doing well.
Everybody's doing well?
Oh, yeah.
Doing so good.
Didn't like that.
You did that.
That was not me.
Wasn't me.
Sure was.
Poggi.
Oh, bud.
The new guy.
We do have a new member of the team. Our guy Poggi has joined us after, really, we won him over in Clemson, South Carolina. He sat behind us.
Saved his life.
In the if you go, actually, funny enough, if you go back, it's on our social media somewhere. The video I got of the final play, Harold Perkins rushing the quarterback, incomplete, whatever. When I flipped the camera to me, Poggi.
It was not about you at that moment.
From
afar.
From above. He wrapped his arms around me.
He hit it
and
from the back.
Cried on my shoulder after that beautiful moment.
It was.
It was a beautiful moment.
I'm just glad you didn't fall through the bleachers at that particular
At that
time.
moment.
Yes.
Yeah. He did fall through the bleachers many other times.
Twice.
Earlier. I think 3 times.
There's a gap.
3 or 4. There's a gap. There's no gap in Death Valley, though.
That's right.
But Poggi's joining the squad. We'll make sure there'll be plenty of opportunities where you'll get to see him in action. We're excited for what he's going to bring to the team 100%. But speaking of excitement of what they're bringing to the team, LSU adds their 3rd running back out of the portal, and this is what I thought was funny. Remember when we did like the numbers not that long ago? We were like, this is where we think how many we think they're going to bring in at each position through the portal. We said 3 running backs, but that was under the expectation that you were losing one of Durham or Berry. Well, funny enough, you've now brought in 3 running backs, and you are retaining both Durham and Berry. And so I would assume that the addition of Dylan Jones yesterday is the final addition to the running back room, as Wisconsin transfer running back Dylan Jones committed to LSU yesterday. He started the season as Wisconsin's starting running back before, I think it was a turf toe injury, and he'll have 3 years of eligibility left. He's a bigger-bodied running back, 6 foot, 205. Nice change of pace from what they have in that room. Another depth piece to add behind Berry and Durham. So good addition there. As I would assume, like I said, that would be the final running back that they would bring in, because that is now 5 in the room, which is last season, with Lindsey being gone, you had 4 with Durham, Berry, Johnson, and Jackson. But 5 is the number for Lane Kiffin and his crew as they bring in another running back yesterday in Dylan Jones from Wisconsin. Also had a commitment yesterday from, I believe it was Amari Peterson was the name. It was the one that I think flew under the radar a little bit with just all the noise going around LSU right now. This wasn't one that really jumped off the page yesterday, but LSU landed a commitment from Amari Peterson, who is a 3-star cornerback in the 2026 class out of Orlando. He had decommitted from West Virginia a few days before the early signing period and is now set to join the Tigers. So there is another addition to that 2026 class. They also have a quarterback visitor as well this week, as a former Colorado quarterback who was the backup for
Shador!
Christian.
Shador.
There you go. And then,
When did you
obviously,
do that?
this past season, they bring in the freshman and they bring in Salter through the transfer portal. But he did still get some run, and LSU will be hosting him later this week as there's a dead period, I think, that stops today. Tomorrow and Friday, you can take some visitors. He's a 6'1", 200-pound signal caller, spent 3 seasons in Boulder, and will be hosted by LSU. It looks like they're looking to add another piece to that room, which would make sense, right? Especially with spring football and Leavitt and the way that could go. The one thing you don't want to do is trot out to spring football with Landen Clark and Emil Pecorella, and they have to throw every pass for all of spring. Because that would just be – because it's more than just reps of, running plays. It's not fall camp. There's a lot of just throwing, kind of one-on-one stuff. And you don't want to burn out a quarterback's arm because Leavitt can't get out there and work, right?
Or rush back a guy that's not fully healthy.
Right.
We saw what that looks like, too.
Do you feel like it's more geared towards that, or it's you want more depth before you go into the season?
I don't know. I mean, it's never bad to add a piece. I don't think the spring throwing the football is a concern, despite what Jonathan mentioned, what happened this year.
Right.
But no, I don't think there's no like dead arm theory that happens in football as much as it does in baseball. Like I've never heard of that. So I mean, if you want more people to throw the football, people on the staff can throw the football. But yeah, I think there's somebody that sees an opportunity to make a roster and make a team and be able to. I think what you're more so starting to see is the Lane Kiffin effect, where you want to just be in the room, be
You
around,
want to learn and develop.
right? And if it's get developed, then you transfer again, because not everybody that gets in the portal and picks a school, I think you have to start looking at it as if they're like not necessarily doing it to not go to a different school the next year. It's like, well, if I can get some of the Lane Kiffin cologne on me and be a part of the LSU brand and be
Right.
like, I think it just puts you in a better
Internship
light.
year.
Right? Yes. I don't think it's like
A little
I don't
resume
think.
builder.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think it's. I mean, if you're,
I think it's highly unlikely if Staub comes here that we have
I don't think Ryan's
him in the Elon Bowl
right.
next season.
But I guess it is.
I mean,
It is
you
a
know,
contingency
2027.
plan,
Right.
To see if Leavitt doesn't get healthy, you do need more. That's more what I think
Right,
it is as
right.
well. It's like you don't know what it's going to look like with the Liz Frank injury. And if it, well, you would be a fool to not do this.
Yeah, to not be prepared.
And I think that's why we're surprised by all this, because LSU has never been prepared before.
Right.
You're
It's a
starting
little
to
bit
see
different.
like what coaching does.
Like 5 guys that know they're going to be running backs in the running back room.
Yeah,
That's
like,
exciting.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jawan
As
Johnson,
opposed
why
to-
don't you play every
Right.
position?
Yeah, you want to not be a
right.
safety and come
You're
do
gonna play.
this?
You're gonna play quarterback and running back.
Okay. Oops. Never mind.
You know, and then
Might
3
need you at the
scholarship
star.
quarterbacks
Yeah.
and a walk-on. Like,
Right.
Oh my God! Wow. It's
Having
almost
enough-
we were
Yeah.
not prepared for a running back to get kicked off the team. So.
multiple wide receivers. Like it's just
Or a
yeah.
quarterback to
Or
get in a car accident prior to spring football.
who was the offensive
Right.
lineman that got
Because
switched
remember,
to
Colin
defensive
Hurley
line?
gets in a
Oh,
car
yes,
accident,
yes,
so
yes.
then Jawan has to go play quarterback, and then now Lindsey's off the team. Jawan's got to go back to playing running back.
I guess Lindsey's fine to go to Oxford.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
That's
gotta
another
figure it
mismanagement
out.
of an entire situation.
Yes.
Is that not fair to say now if he's going to play college football, he could have played last year? Was it a shadow ban?
Well, I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of what the timeline was.
He never got formally charged or arrested to play football. That'd be the same thing happened with Trey Holly. He just played.
Michael Jordan.
Right, the
David
next
Stern
year.
ban.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't.
I just thought that
I just when it
When I
first
see them
happened.
still playing football, it makes me wonder
When it
what
first
LSU's
happened,
yeah.
I just assumed.
never again.
I closed the book on it because
And then you threw it at him.
I didn't throw any books to anybody.
It's a judge term. Throw the book at him.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen.
No,
Because
it
now he's
didn't.
going to play.
Noah
gonna
reads
play
on a
for Ole
Kindle.
Miss.
Famously. Nope. That
Oh,
didn't land.
bad.
That didn't land at
bad.
all. Holy shit.
Shadow ban.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm out. Cut the mic.
2 claps this morning
For that joke.
For that joke. LSU baseball put out a post yesterday. I'm not sure if anybody saw it, but you can
I
see
did.
the talent that is oozing out of this roster. When you look at the MLB draft board for 2026, 2027, and 2028, you can see all of the names littered throughout this LSU baseball roster that are sitting in these rankings. There for 2026, it's Derek Curiel at number 9, Stephen Milam, number 63. Trent Caraway, 116. Jake Brown, 119. Maverick Rizzi, 149. Zach York, 242. Then in 2027, you've got number 9, William Schmidt. Number 10, Kason Evans. 41, Cooper Williams. 48, Cade Aaron Beatty. And 91, William Patrick. Then 2028, you've got number 14, Jack Ruckert, number 20, Mason Braun, number 28, Omar Cerna, number 33, Marcos Paz, and number 43, Reagan Ricken. So in 2028, those freshmen are all top 50. And then in 2027, you've got William Patrick at 91, the other 4 top 50. And then obviously in 2026, you've got a top 10 Derek Curiel, then a couple other guys that I think are going to shoot up draft boards as they get on the field this year. Milam, Brown, Rizzi, Caraway, York, as they get on the field this year. But you can see the talent on this roster and the excitement around it as we're, right under a month away? What, it would have been a month yesterday, February 13th, this first pitch. So
this ain't no hobby, fellas.
this is a machine. Mm-hmm. This is what it's supposed to look like.
Well, in a perfect world, and it feels like that's where we are right now.
Right.
Because, it is LSU baseball, and when you look at it, this should be part of it, but you have 15 people, and you won't even see the people in 2028.
This is
there's
a minor
no
league
room.
team.
They're not going to play.
They're not going to play.
No, these are true freshmen that just signed onto your roster and are going to be in the dugout.
And if they do, then something went very well. Can't keep him out the lineup.
Like a Curiel last year.
Right.
Where it's like, okay, he's going to be our leadoff guy.
And then next year he'll play center field, and then he's actually
number-
draft eligible sophomore. See ya. It's I thought he was a freshman.
I know. What's with these draft eligible sophomores?
Wait, when did that start? That's a new.
It's because of the
thing,
age.
It's
Yes,
age.
it's
Yes.
age.
It's not based on...
when your birthday is located?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're 21 before whenever.
Yeah, like Cade was older, so he got... Yeah. That would be nice if Cade could come back, obviously, but that would just be a Skeen situation all over again.
I think the
Like,
Mariners.
you
I
don't
think the
need another
Mariners are
year.
very happy with what they got.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, when you look at that graphic, I mean, you can just see the talent that's on this roster, and that's what you have come to expect with, like I said, with LSU baseball, but Jay Johnson specifically, and the job that he's done year in, year out, recruiting at every level, consistently bringing in top high school recruiting classes, and then following that up with top transfer portal classes.
I haven't even thought of the year 2028, and he's already recruited for 2028.
Well, he's already got. What's that? 6 top 50 guys.
I don't even expect to make it there. And he's like, no, gotta have a roster.
You sure do.
Yep, he does.
He's ready for it. No, I mean the excitement should be high with LSU baseball this year, and as we continue to creep closer to the month of February,
Plus 800.
Your heartbeat continues to pound. And Lloyd is right. The Tingle & Co. bet of the month
Year.
ahead of February when baseball gets started is LSU baseball plus 800 on FanDuel right now to win the national championship.
Back to back.
Just go ahead and just a little sprinkle right now. Then you'll see how they perform in a couple of games. You'll get more, even bought in even more, and you do what, Lloyd? You double down. You sprinkle a little bit more.
Or
How many times do you think you're going to bet on them to win the national championship this year?
I do account for a couple of.
What are the odds on the over/under?
I call them Bobs.
I would say 5.5 is the line.
The blackout bet at 2:30 a.m. Oops, I already did this, and then you look at you're like, oh, it didn't hurt last year.
It's my favorite genre of yours.
Yes, it is. It's I gotta get it. It's actually usually after a Tennessee game, or it's I should
Of
bet them to win the national championship. It's I already did this 3 times.
One vice
I
beginning
didn't
the
bet
next.
LSU win.
Yeah. Officer.
Plus 800 on.
I'll see you.
I had to
Ford.
put this in.
I'll see you after July with bail money. Just give me some time.
Yeah, just wait. But 2 claps for the powerhouse, Jay Johnson and crew, getting ready as we are right at 1 month away from LSU baseball ready. Next, that was really good. That was
really good.
Next, I want to play this clip, and I hope we don't get flagged for it because I really want to watch it. It's the Notre Dame clip.
This is
And I appreciated Wyatt's tweet
Charmin soft.
yesterday when he put it out, and he the caption he put along with it was really inspiring stuff here from Notre Dame. Great job by the captains in the program to teach everyone that when things get hard and you face some adversity,
Quit.
you should just give up and quit. And that
It's funny coming from Wyatt.
Before we run the clip, why would you put this out?
I don't know.
That was my biggest when I saw it. My question was, why in the world are we
promoting this?
This
should have been cut from the show.
We should have been
not
like
a featured clip.
Cameras off.
Yeah.
Don't film this. But no,
sickening.
Instead we're gonna film it, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna plaster it everywhere.
It's what's wrong with this country.
It's very, very nice.
This is not inspiring for the.
I'm pretty sure this is not what's wrong.
Oh,
with
it's
this
part
country.
of it.
But here's the clip
pretty low on the list.
of Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame as they made the decision when they,
Kindle behavior,
got left out of the CFP that they were just going to pack it up and quit.
I mean, it's just a sensible thing to do when times
get tough. Pick up your ball and go home.
I didn't know we were just giving that advice now because I've always adhered to it.
I do it all the
didn't think we
time,
were saying
but
it
I'm
out
not a
loud.
scholarship athlete at Notre Dame or a head coach.
Each time after the announcement to make a decision on the bowl game, the captains had already gotten together, talked with the majority of the leaders on the team, with each other, and by the time we had a conversation, they had already knew that this question was going to come up. More than anything, you guys had to make a decision as captains. That's probably been the biggest decision for a group of captains since I've been a head coach. There's probably times in the year you go, okay, we meet with 3 once a week, we talk to the team on Thursdays, but you never know when you're gonna have to make a decision for the greater group that's gonna impact a whole bunch, and you're not gonna please everybody. You guys saw that with your decision. But as long as you all felt convicted and made it for the right reason, that's why I agree with you, because it was the reasons. It wasn't an emotional decision. It was a well thought out, you spent time with each other, you talked to other guys. That's why I agree. I thought you guys just were mad and just, no, coach, we're not gonna do it because we're mad. I wouldn't have let you do it. But it was well thought out, and I want you to know how proud I am of you guys for representing the title that you voted for to have. It's been a tough 24 hours. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody has an opinion on what you guys are doing.
We kind of just got the rug pulled out from under us, and that was one of the biggest things that we talked about. We're not necessarily going to be playing with our full team. We didn't feel like we were going to represent, our football team, Notre Dame, and ourselves very well.
You guys did something. You were asked to do something and did something that hasn't been done. And don't forget the challenge that was, but I'm just telling you how proud I am that our players and our coaching staff chose you guys to be captains, and of the decision and how y'all made it. And so it's just important that I tell you guys, man, I am so proud of y'all. Forever, you talk about captains, this is a group of captains. And you're talking one moment. But that's how I'll always remember this group of captains. And that's how I'll always hold other captains to that standard, And so
there's the little sob story there from Notre Dame.
Can't even finish the clip.
P-Dub is 100% right in the chat where he says
Catholic
this is
Church.
y'all's decision. This feels like
Confession.
Marcus Freeman saying, no. This
They
was
did
not
that.
me. It was them. They chose this, not me. I'm not soft. I'm not a sissy. This was the players.
That are all probably gone.
That are all leaving now because they're captains.
Joining
They're
the clergy.
seniors.
I guess they take the Sabbath very seriously. Can't play that day.
It's just we're
Just any day not in the playoff is the Sabbath.
Yeah.
as the university and as the coaching staff and everybody in charge, we're gonna pin the blame on the 18 to 22-year-old players.
It didn't sound like they really made a decision.
No, it sounded like he was.
Just Marcus
telling
Freeman was
them
just
to
talking.
He said, we're quitting, right? You guys want to...
If you're going to make this decision, it should fall back on the adults. The adults should shoulder the blame in all this, right? But that makes too much sense. Instead, it's the kids' fault. It was them. They didn't want to do
Look,
this.
collectively, this is going to be the hardest decision y'all have to make that we've already made.
Right.
But
It is
It's a
predetermined.
collective decision that y'all are going to have to deal with the consequences of.
we're going to
We're
put out a
gonna blame
clip
it
on
you.
Peacock that it looks like y'all are
I
not going to get
absolutely
drafted.
ran this by the athletic director already. We're not actually letting you children make this
just-
decision.
And Marcus Sherman's watching Ohio State lose. He goes, God, one more year, and I can go over there.
Yeah. He was pissed when they beat him last year. Because this is what it was. It was a lose-lose for him, Notre Dame versus Ohio State in the Natty. Because if Ohio State wins, Notre Dame loses, and Ryan Day keeps
gets his
his
nipples
job.
pierced.
But if Notre Dame wins,
He
can't leave.
he can't leave.
I'm
But
interested
that's
to
what
see the
that's what's
narrative of-
extended Ryan Day's life.
Yes.
That Ohio State was.
Yeah, well, I think we've proven
winning
you
the
can
national
leave.
championship.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I'm interested in the narrative
You can leave
around
whenever you want.
Freeman.
Marcus Freeman for the next 2 to 5 years to see if he gets the Lane Kiffin treatment of, oh, he's going to go to the NFL. Oh, he left Notre Dame to go to Ohio State right before the playoffs. He quit the playoffs. Like, oh, didn't get in, can't play, I guess. Don't want to go to the Pop
But
Tart
they
Bowl.
get
But
in
at this
next
point,
year,
we're
and he's
above
like,
that.
Well,
"This
and
is
now,
you guys want me to coach or not? This is the hard decision you guys have to make."
Yeah.
Oh, I'm leaving. Okay, great. Bye.
But
I'm going to
now,
Ohio State.
like if I'm at Notre Dame,
No
why would
practice.
but why would I leave Notre Dame?
Day off.
Now that we signed that old MOU, the memorandum of understanding.
Oh, yes.
Look,
Where
yeah,
we're gonna get in every year if we're top 12.
and we don't have to play any fucking body.
And nobody's gonna play us.
Yeah, all we have to do is be top 12, and we don't play anyone.
2 claps for
That's
Notre
almost
Dame.
that's a bit. No, 5 Hail
farts.
Marys and 1 Glory Be. It's
It'd be an
embarrassing.
active contrition.
Just make him say a rosary.
Yeah.
Technically.
Ugh.
Yeah, one whole rosary. Fuck it. Make him do the whole thing.
Yeah.
2 claps are deserved for
45
TJ
minutes,
Finley
Yeah.
as he has signed with our Incarnate Word. It was announced yesterday via On3 Sports, and the graphic is
Insane.
unbelievable.
This guy in his reverse Cam Ward is
And
remarkable.
look, we have been, I would say, supporters of TJ.
Yes.
Finley, where it's like if they're gonna let you play football, go play football. This graphic is jarring. LSU, Auburn, and the funny thing was, spent 2 seasons at Auburn, so that wasn't a 1-year stop. That was
Started at LSU.
that was a 2-year stop. LSU, 2 years at Auburn, Texas State, Tulane, Western Kentucky, Georgia State.
Well, Tulane was a
And now-
drive-by. Didn't really.
Yeah, Tulane didn't really stop. That one's out of order. It should
Tulane
be-
might have actually been a drive-by too.
and now Incarnate Word will be his, I would assume, final stop.
It literally
In
has
college
to. It literally
football?
has to be. Yeah.
And what this is really fired
He's
up.
drafted in the NBA.
First off,
You
2
can do
claps for TJ Finley.
Wait,
and
no.
Incarnate
1,
Word.
2, 3, 4, 5, 7 claps.
7 claps, ready. Shout out to TJ Finley. What this has really stirred up is the Chambliss conversation, right? I've seen a lot of people upset about Trinidad Chambliss because they're like, you're telling me TJ Finley gets to go to his 7th school in 8 years and Chambliss can't get the waiver for the whatever it was it tonsillitis?
Tonsillitis of the mouth.
That he had his 2nd year in college. But and honestly, if it wasn't Ole Miss that was in the the tough position by the Chambliss news, I would be much more upset about this. The fact that it's Ole Miss, I can laugh at it because I hate Ole Miss. But it is jarring, that graphic, and then the fact that Chambliss can't get a waiver,
I
right?
just don't know how this is. Like,
It really is.
But we have become, like you said,
We're supporters.
After there's a clip of TJ Finley getting interviewed, and they're kind of like asking him why he's doing this. Like when it feels
Is
like,
it a bit?
right or like
Like,
when is enough
when is
enough?
this?
And he's like, dog, if I have a talent that people are willing to pay for me to perform with,
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
why would I
That
not
part-
do it? It's like, it
He's got 3 children.
be irresponsible for me not to go
That part,
continue to play.
100%.
And that was like, yeah, that makes sense.
That's what won me over. I
Yeah.
was like, oh yeah. I mean, if they're going to pay you to play, and this is your job for right now, and
It's
you're-
not like he's begging to go to these schools. They're
No,
calling him.
I mean, that's the system, and he's operating within the system, and I think that's fine. I have no issue with him.
but it is
Easy to laugh at.
The system's a little fucking wonky.
well, because that's the thing.
If
like,
you can do 7
the
schools in
question
8 years.
is, how is this possible? Like when you really sit and you look at it, like where's the eligibility coming from,
Yeah,
right?
that's also yeah.
Like where is it coming
Right.
from?
Because you did 2 colleges. You did 2 stints in college.
Bro,
you did 8 years.
when I was a freshman in high school when my high school played him as a senior.
Me and TJ Finley were the same high school graduating class.
And you're already old.
Oh,
But you know what I mean?
One
Like,
day you're gonna die.
So the question is, like, that's
It
my
will come
thing. Is
for
like,
you.
how is this?
so 2024, he only played in 3 games.
Okay. So that
2020
counts as a. And
Like
last
halfway
season
done.
he didn't
Play at all.
So 2024 he redshirted,
In 2022, he only played in 4 games.
and he had a COVID year.
Right. In 2020, 17 for 21 against South Carolina, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns.
This is the.
Oh, that was LSU.
It is the last
Yeah,
of this
yeah.
like extreme breed.
Yes.
I would
Because
assume
the COVID years are out
right,
after this
right,
year.
right.
So
He's
what
got
was it?
long COVID.
he's got the longest.
What was it?
Fucking
What was the
COVID.
Miami tight end? What was his name? Chaz McCormick or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what? He was nine seasons.
But he was hurt.
Did he have an excuse because he kept getting hurt?
Yeah. He kept getting
He
injured.
kept blowing out his knee. Yeah, I don't know what TJ has. Besides
So
Emotion.
a
I would
charge
assume.
at too late.
I would assume this would
Unfounded.
be
Armed
the
robbery.
final stop for TJ Finley. But funny enough, there was an announcement, and I put it in the document as well. It's the TJ the Ty Simpson stuff in the document. Let's see. I understand everyone likes their TJ Finley jokes, but he didn't choose to transfer from Texas State. Told Finley to kick rocks after throwing 3,000 yards and try to sign a QB who got kicked out of his previous. Nice. Wow. Yeah.
That's just college
I mean,
football.
yeah, there's a lot of things that go on in these stories, right? That we just see on graphics.
We don't know. Yeah, so that's
There's
why.
a lot of behind the scenes.
Right. It's not TJ Finley's fault. Like that's what he keeps hard times.
Yep. But we saw the flip side yesterday. Did you see the Ty Simpson, like the quotes and the excerpts from this? If you look at the quote, the caption with the tweet there, it was about the offers where Ole Miss, Tennessee, Miami offered $4 million. Then Miami bumps it up to $6.5. He says Miami was kind of like, all right, we're moving on. Then they lost out on Sam Leavitt and came back with that big number, Simpson said. Then Ole Miss called again and said they could match it. But the real quote put out by Chris Lowe from Ty Simpson that caught my eye was Ty Simpson saying, and Hunter Hall is going to get fired up by this, everybody would just remember me as the guy who took all this money and went to Miami or Tennessee for his last year. But I was a captain. I put my hand and footprints in the cement at Denny Chimes. I would have lost everything that I built at Alabama. From Ty Simpson. I wanted to get everyone's reaction to that quote there from the former Alabama signal caller, now turning down Miami, Tennessee, Ole Miss to go to the NFL draft.
Him and Garrett Nussmeyer can have a pity party together. I put my hands in the cement at
Denny Chimes.
Who gives a shit? But you're not even from there. You're from Tennessee. You and Paul Feinbaum go have a party too. But like that, like this. If you have to say you're a captain, you're not a captain, right?
I thought it was very interesting. One,
He's trying to prop himself up for not taking money, but I'm going to go to the NFL to get paid.
Right. I
nobody would think this about you. Nobody cares that much about Ty Simpson.
Well, and that's my thing is like, I mean,
what, does Carson Beck feel dumb right now?
No, I feel like now you're making the wrong decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, Miami's offered me $6.5 million, and I could be in Carson Beck's shoes of playing for a national championship in a year.
But instead, you're taking this weird stand.
Right.
Where you're like,
I
no.
I put my hands
I'm the last of the old guard.
It was a real,
Doug, you got benched.
It was a surprise.
And cried.
It was a real surprise.
I can't be at Alabama. I can't be anywhere.
Like, I feel like he's made the wrong decision.
Yes, very clearly. He's a
absolutely.
bad decision maker. Just stupid. And then he's trying to prop himself up for this.
$6.5 million.
Go. Do
What'd
it.
you say Shuck was 2.5?
Yeah, Shuck's making
Yeah,
$2.5 million. That's $4 million
You're
difference.
taking a pay cut.
They're probably getting drafted around the same spot.
Right.
Yeah. So he's
So I
not.
mean, he'll make from $2 to $3
not.
million versus Miami's offer of
Six and
$6.5
a half.
to boost his draft stock
and play.
and play.
I think that's what he's scared
play
of.
himself
Is he's
back
going to
in the
get
first
exposed
round.
again and not get drafted, like Quinn Ewers scenario.
Yeah, but then Quinn Ewers
But you
played pretty
still
well.
get
I
you
know.
would still get more money than 3 years on a $2 million
No,
contract.
I don't. know.
Yeah, no, I mean it is.
I think he's scared to go play college football for another year after the way it all went poorly at Alabama at the end, where he's like, I don't know if I could really boost my draft stock any more than it is right now.
yeah, but I mean, to me, Carson Beck really hasn't done anything that impressive. But he's going to get drafted higher this time than he would have this time last year.
Absolutely.
And also, it sounds like he's scared of the competition of whoever else they. What if I what if I'm not the starter? Because now, in the world of NIL with $6.5 million, now it doesn't really matter. It's not like we paid him all this money, he has to play. We need a quarterback. If he doesn't win the job, look at Ole Miss, Austin Simmons, and Trinidad Chambers. Like, I'm sure Simmons was making more money than Trinidad. It's like,
right.
We should pay. We're paying for this, and he's not playing. Let's get him on the field. And it's like, well, actually, this kid's too good to ignore. Just throw it in the bucket, waste of money. Oh, well, we'll try again next year.
I mean, how much of a waste of money is it if you have a guy that comes in and then plays to that level? You know what I mean? Like, you're paying money for depth either way, right? If one guy comes in and outplays the other guy, fine, but at least you have the players there to have the opportunity to have the guy beat the other guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of circuitous thinking, but
right.
Matt Flynn,
it's the reality.
Wilson.
Exactly. I mean, that's what
Thought
it
we
is
made
now.
a good decision. Turns out this guy's better. Oh well. I just
Right,
say it's just
right.
like it's a burnt cash.
But we're still, but
But
we're,
they
still,
gave
we're fine
Austin
either
Sim-
way.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. No, this
It's like,
worked
how,
out.
Yeah.
how fired
Yeah.
would I have been if I'd come in with no quarterbacks? You
Right.
know?
Right.
And and it goes back to what LSU's doing right now. Like, if you want to come play here, you can come play here.
Right.
Like, we'll take all the bodies.
If you
and
want
see
to
what it looks like.
if you just want to come sit here for a year and just get like some good vibes rubbed off on you, that sounded disgusting.
But I
Come do it,
I
man.
do understand the thought process, like X Soda says in the chat, of getting to the league, right? If that's your goal, you have the opportunity to do so.
I mean, the NFL's
I'm
not
not gonna to bash him for making that decision, because that is the ultimate goal. Your goal is to get. It's not always to make the most money. He's going to be, in my opinion, the third quarterback off the board, and there is a risk associated with taking the money, playing another year. Because with Carson Beck, like, his draft stock had plummeted, right? And he got the opportunity to get paid and go elsewhere, versus Simpson, who actually has a pretty decent draft stock.
Yeah,
Like, he's actually in a spot where,
if he gets picked in the first round, he's going to be making more than if he had stayed. So,
and he could end up in a place where he has, he ends up in a good situation, right? If you get drafted in the second round, or late first round to a better spot where, if you're in LA backing up Matthew Stafford, who's going to retire in 5-6 years, maybe less than that, in McVay's system, all of these things that play a factor in it.
Right, get that Jordan Love spot kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is just it surprised me yesterday, because it's surprising in the new age of college football to hear that answer and response. Like it is.
I don't think it hit the way he did.
It's
Maybe
just-
not, but it is surprise.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's just not the way the sport goes.
But it is kind of look at me corny at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Very Hallmark.
It is.
Like,
Right.
My dad would never.
I mean, like,
approve of that.
you know-
he taught me to play football the right way.
Right. Like, I'm like really try to be empathetic with these kids, because these are huge decisions and they're hard decisions and it's a lot of money, and I don't know what I would necessarily do, but then you go and you say something kind of weird like that, and it's like,
Nobody's going to say, woe is Ty Simpson for turning down $7
Yeah.
million.
No,
it's just like, it's the wrong
And that's
approach.
what he wants. You want sympathy. I'd feel nothing for you, Ty Simpson. Do whatever
If
you
anything,
want.
it would be like, before it's like, go make your money, go make your decision.
Right.
Now it's sort of like, all right,
Get to that second contract.
All right.
go fucking have fun.
NFL it is.
Denny's or whatever it was.
We're going to continue the LSU football conversation in about 3 minutes, as Jacques Doucet, the sports director over at WFB, is going to join us to talk some LSU football, as we are still in the heart of the offseason, I guess, even though the season's not really over. So we will take a quick break here, come right back with the sports director from WFB right after this.
Wardos was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Ryan Granding at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Martin has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez. Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff, where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or a storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
All right, welcome back. As we are joined by the sports director, the best in the business, Jacques Doucet over at WAFB, who joins us this morning to continue the LSU sports conversation as we are in the midst of a lot of news right now. LSU football stuff going on, basketball, women's basketball, baseball right around the corner, gymnastics, all of it going on in Baton Rouge. And we are joined by the sports director here from WAFB. JD, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, good morning.
We appreciate you making some time for us. First thing I want to ask you is obviously the big news that hit the other day. LSU's got their quarterback in Sam Leavitt. It seemed like it was a drama-filled saga to get the quarterback, the former Arizona State quarterback. But what was your reaction to the news when it came across the wire the other day?
Well, Noah, what is it like to be a guy like Sam Leavitt getting on airplanes and flying across the country and going to different major colleges who are all fighting for your services and throwing big money at you? I was just trying not to get my car towed when I was in college, trying to find a parking spot. I didn't. We didn't live in that world.
One famously, JD.
I did, yes. Infamously in the spring of 2003. That's okay. We'll just tow it next time, my boy, Mr. Saban. But I mean, you have to find your quarterback. I think that we might have had a misconception, or our expectations were too high, that when the portal opened on January 2nd, there was just going to be this flood of 5 stars falling out of the sky to LSU. It took a little longer than maybe we expected, but 10 days later, you get your quarterback in Sam Leavitt. Certainly, he's played in big games. His team was in a playoff 2 years ago. The biggest question is the Liz Frank injury, and because I've been around forever, I was kind of going through it in my mind. I was like, well, I think this is the same injury Matt Malk had in 2002, a long time ago. But I think he had it in the swamp. LSU beat Florida. The LSU was 6-1. Then they went 2-4 the rest of the way. One of the wins being the Bluegrass Miracle. But I just called him yesterday and I asked him, I said, what's that injury like and what's the recovery time? And one thing that he said he was surprised about was the fact that Leavitt had a Liz Frank and then played a little bit more on it for a little while and then shut it down after that. He said, I can't imagine playing on that after having it. But he said that the thing that hurt him was that his speed took a hit, his running ability. He said, I was, about a 4.5 guy or something. Then after the injury, I was like 4.8 or, 5 flat or something like that. And in 2003, Malk was, led LSU to a national title. He threw for 2,800 yards and 28 touchdowns, maybe ran a little less. So anyway, I think the big question with Leavitt is, this entire offense, not the entire, but it feels like this whole thing is being overhauled. Your offensive line is being rebuilt. You have a brand new quarterback. You've signed 10 new wide receivers. Harlem Berry and Caden Durham are both back, but you signed, 3 or 4 running backs as well.
Yep.
It just seems like spring is catamount in terms of your timing and these guys learning each other and getting to know each other and just the whole thing of putting in a new offense. I mean, the whole thing is brand new, basically. And so Leavitt, you'd like him to be out there in the spring throwing passes at the least, and you certainly don't want him to lose his dual threat ability. Because we were chatting about it yesterday about all the dual threat quarterbacks in the SEC. Diego Pavia gave LSU fits a year ago. Marcel Reed at Texas A&M running. I mean, there's and so you feel like that Nussmeier, for all the good he did at times, teams could pin back and come after him, and there were a lot of sacks on Nussmeier because he couldn't get away from the rush. So. Excited about him, Sam Leavitt. I think it's a big piece. It's the piece you build your team around. It's the team. It's the piece, obviously, you build your whole offense around. We'll see if what comes after this. If there's any more guys coming out of the portal after this. It seems like the offensive line now is coming into place in terms of guys that are signing out the portal, and it does feel a lot like pro football now. I mean, I was just thinking. I'm not comparing Sam Leavitt to Drew Brees, but I'm just thinking 20 years ago, the Saints signed Drew Brees, and, he went to New Orleans and he went to Miami and he chose New Orleans and he had an injury and you're kind of wondering if he was going to be up and running again. Kind of the same thing with Sam Leavitt. He went to different places. He chose LSU, and now he's got this injury that you're kind of like, okay, how quickly can we get him up and running? And so it's kind of amazing now how pro football is rhyming with college football, and they're much the same.
100%. And to your point, where you talked about the overhaul offensive, were you surprised by the kind of the complete overhaul it was on the offensive side of the ball? I think many expected from a coaching staff standpoint for it to look like that, but for kind of the offensive line room to almost be wiped out, the wide receiver room in the same fashion, and obviously the quarterback room to be empty, were you surprised by the complete overhaul it was offensively?
Yeah, I guess I was surprised by some of the guys that hit the portal, like Kyle Parker. I mean, he had a promising year. I thought that he'd be excited to be back. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if they weren't high on him or vice versa. I think as bad as the offensive line was, and as much as people want to say, or some was, oh, let them go, they all stink. Well, they were all highly recruited guys. They were all 4 5-star players, and I would have liked to seen these guys be coached by a new coach and see if he could improve them and make them better. Lane Kiffin and his staff know what they're doing, and so obviously they've gone out and they've gotten some new offensive linemen from some SEC schools that they like. I think Tyree Adams and Carius Kern were the 2 guys that were on the LSU team that some fans and some people said, let's try to get those guys back. But yeah, I was surprised to an extent. I think one thing that maybe is surprising or something we're getting used to now is kind of these Cinderella stories of guys like at West Florida, Old Dominion, now getting a chance to play at LSU. That just did not happen in years past. I mean, and Southern University has done a lot of great things, great program, great tradition. I've been here 25 years. I don't ever remember a guy from the Southern Jaguars going to play for LSU. I don't think it's happened. And now you've got that in Traylon James there, the defensive back, who's going to go over. So I was talking to Gordy Rush about it yesterday, and I think these coaches now are leaning more towards a guy who's played college football of some kind in some spots, as opposed to taking a kid out of high school who's 18, 19 years old, and it's hurting the kid coming out of high school, who used to, be at an FBS school. Now that kid's being kicked down to a Nichols, a McNeese, Northwestern State, Southland Conference team. But then they're also getting an opportunity in a year or two to now play at a power like LSU. It's creating some very interesting stories.
Yeah, 100%. And on a conversation that we had yesterday morning, and that I wanted to get your thoughts on is, not too long ago, the discussion and the phrase was, I don't know if LSU has the money to pull that off. And then now you fast forward to where LSU is right now, and money really hasn't been an issue or an obstacle, whether it's firing Kelly to hiring Kiffin to keeping Baker to paying Leavitt, and then or even bumping up the money to pay Leavitt after the little screw up they had with
bit of a courtship.
with the Damon Williams deal. What has been your takeaways, your thoughts on just kind of the way it's operated as of late from a financial standpoint, where LSU hasn't really allowed money to be an issue?
Well, I think that's the most surprising thing since October the 26th or whatever, when LSU fired Brian Kelly. I was always, I grew up here. I've spent my whole life here. I've always been told that, hey, we're Louisiana. We're broke. We don't have money. We're poor. We don't have any Fortune 500 companies. We don't have, when the Charlotte Hornets left Charlotte and came to New Orleans, that people were saying, how can an NBA team make it in Louisiana when, in North Carolina they've got XYZ, in Louisiana they don't have, Fortune 500 companies or ways to support this team. And so we've heard that for years and years. And certainly when people would come up to you in the preseason and say, hey, is LSU going to fire Brian Kelly? You'd say, of course not. They've got too much meat on the bone left on this contract, and they found ways to do it. So, whether or not, they found their share of sugar daddies who love LSU football, who want to write the big check. I mean, it's kind of great and hilarious and pathetic all at once, right? That we as grown adults invest so much happiness and so much of our well-being in the 18 to 22-year-old kids, making us feel good about winning a football game. But I get it. I grew up on it. I thought it's been certainly much more important in my life than maybe it should be. And so you've seen this across the country. I mean, look at Texas Tech. Texas Tech, look at their softball program. I mean, they I don't know who it is. There's a woman there or something who likes softball, and they got money. And so what do? They go out, they get Najee Canada from Stanford, the number one pitcher in the country. They get all these players, and then they're in the national championship game with Coach Glasgow, who was at UL Lafayette for years and I think made it to one super regional, and all of a sudden he's in the national championship game at Texas Tech. And look what their football program did this year as well, making it deep in the playoffs. So it's that time, it's that era now where, and I think Louisiana has more money than we thought, and is certainly in the game, getting players. They did it a year ago, although it didn't work out. But yeah, Verge Alsbury is going to perhaps have a decision to make with Matt McMahon, and that's going to be a buyout if that goes through. And so, I mean, there's a lot of money being spent at LSU on people that are no longer there, and trying to get people to come. It's pretty amazing to watch.
And when you look at Texas Tech, the way that they did it, it was almost like they did a soft launch into NIL and see how this works with the softball program. It's like, this is how, okay, if you can donate money or NIL, or how can we do this without really, let's see where the rules are. And so they went through their collective, and they went through a fast pitch coach in high school to be able to contact these players. And mum was the word. It's like, okay, if we can do this in softball this way, why do we not do it in football? And they did. And you look up, and they have a high school coach that's coaching their Texas Tech Red Raiders in the college football playoff in 1 year.
Yeah, it's on one side of things, you don't want to be, the curmudgeon, the old guy who says, I want things to be the way they used to be. And then there's another part of you that's kind of, I grew up in Lafayette, and Yvette Girard built that softball program from nothing, from scratch, and they became the number one program at that school. They went to College World Series. They were nationally ranked, and now in this era, they kind of get left behind because the coach leaves. He goes to Texas Tech. They cut big checks, and the roster just gets raided. And they've had, last year, I think, was their worst year since before Girard got there. I mean, they had a bad year because they don't have the players. And so, in my book, I'd like to see the mid-majors have a fighting chance and not be all about who's got the most money. But when you're successful and things are going well, you don't complain about getting Paul Skeens for a year. You don't complain about getting Angel Reese for 2 years. You don't complain about, getting Jaden Daniels and winning a Heisman and all those things. So when you're a have, you're not worried about the have-nots. But, certainly things feel out of whack in many cases. It's corny, it's cheesy. I mean, but for somebody who perhaps favorite sports movie is Hoosiers, you would like that to be what sports is all about. Or Rudy, the guy who sacrifices his body for 2 years just so he can run out of the tunnel once. But that's not reality in today's landscape of college athletics.
To turn the page to basketball, this past Sunday, LSU women's basketball put on quite the show in front of a packed crowd in the PMAC as Michaela Williams led the way and the Tigers upset the number 2 ranked undefeated Texas Longhorns. What have you seen from LSU women's basketball up to this point, and also just from your perspective, the Showtime show that it is, and the way that crowd was on Sunday was awesome. And from your perspective, how cool has it been to see kind of that program grow over the last couple of years into the monster it is now?
Well, first thing, a great moment before the game, they acknowledged Patrick Wright for 35 years of play-by-play on the radio. And, here's a guy that's been doing this since really nobody cared. There might have been 50 people listening in his early days, and to see the program grow as much as it did. It was funny. They brought him out there and he waved, and then they forgot to give him his game ball, And so last night at the coaches show, which, by the way, if you haven't been to a Kim Mulkey coaches show at TJ Ribs, my goodness, I mean, bigger crowd, I think, than the football radio show. I mean, it's packed there last night. And so they gave Patrick his ball last night, and he was like, I was looking around. I thought they were going to give me something. I don't know what happened. So Kim got him his ball. But anyway, yeah, I mean, huge crowd, sold out pretty much, over 13,000. Texas, I think, they came in, maybe they didn't have their best game, but then I think that had something to do with LSU as well. Texas 18-0 had beaten a lot of really good opponents. Yeah. I think they beat South Carolina. I think they beat UCLA. I think they had beaten like 4 teams ranked in the top 15. And, for Coach Mulkey to say that was Michaela Williams' best game as a Tiger, and the big shot she hit down the stretch, I think that it was kind of feeling a little bit like the Kentucky game in which LSU jumped out to a lead, and then it kind of started to slip away, and it's like, are they not going to be able to finish this thing? But unlike the Kentucky game and unlike the Vanderbilt game on the road, LSU found a way to finish. I thought Zakiya Johnson, as a true freshman, was pretty big. She made some big shots. Jada Richard continues to mature and take on a much bigger role as a sophomore. Flage wasn't a huge factor in the game, I don't think, and they still were able to win. So that's obviously a huge resume building victory. LSU will have to return the favor and go to Texas. I was the one that asked Texas head coach Vic Schaefer, just as a veteran coach. I just wanted his take on how great the SEC is, and I did not expect the answer I got, which was a 3-minute diatribe on the SEC having a vendetta against Texas. How could they do this to us and make us play back-to-back road games at LSU and South Carolina, and there's a stench to it? And I was like, wow. And it just went on. And look, I think maybe if he just says, well, they didn't do us any favors, we got to play at LSU and South Carolina back-to-back, which I get it. I mean, look, those are 2 teams that have won national titles and they have fierce crowds and all of that. But to go on that rant he did, and look, I know what it feels like sometimes to get emotional and to say things probably you don't mean, just you're ticked off. But to say the SEC's got a vendetta against Texas and all of that. And look, it is back-to-back road games, but you're playing one on Sunday and you're playing one on Thursday. You do kind of get a break. It's not like
it's the conference you signed up to play in, right? You wanted to go from the Big 12 to the SEC. This is what the SEC is.
Exactly. I mean, he spent a lot of time at Mississippi State, but the SEC was not what it was then. Right. What it is now. I mean, you've added his school, Texas, and Oklahoma, Ole Miss is much better than they used to be. Kentucky's much better than they used to be. LSU obviously is much better than they used to be. I mean, and back to your point, it's like, I remember being in that building, 5 years ago, and there's 300 people in there, and nobody cares, and nobody watches the games on TV, and it was an afterthought. And now you've got, guys that are 60, 65 wearing glittery jackets, and people with signs, and people dressing up like Kim Mulkey. I mean, it's not only a game; it's an event. It's like a Mardi Gras parade within the PMAC. It's fantastic, and so it's good. It's really good to see what's happened, and that'd be a question when Michael Caldwell did a great job in his interview with Verge yesterday. That'd be another question I would have for him, Verge, the athletic director, because there are some people that get ticked and say, why does women's basketball lose $8 million a year? Why don't we, give that money to football or baseball? I guess it's always a discussion point because LSU women's basketball brings so much positive attention to the school, and so much positive fanfare. Yet it's not a revenue producing sport. But how much free advertising do you get out of it? It's the Joe Burrow Heisman Trophy speech. I mean, how much money would you have paid to have that happen on a national stage, and people say, wow, that's LSU, that's special.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And staying on the basketball topic, but to the other side with the men's team, kind of the opposite of the way we talk about this women's program with the excitement and the packed crowds, and the men's program right now is just not in that spot, especially with the way SEC play has begun. What are your thoughts on the start to conference play so far this season? And I know you brought it up a little bit earlier, talking about Verge's take on McMahon and the program. Your thoughts on that as well?
Well, I think it's the same thing it's always been. I think your average person on the street will say that Matt McMahon's a great guy. I don't think he's a bad coach. I mean, look at his record at Murray State and what he did there. I mean, has LSU properly invested in the program? Does anybody care? Do other schools care too much? Is Matt McMahon not a good coach? There's just a lot of discussion about that. Do I think this is like a top 25 team, or it could have been? No. Now, could they have won some games? Could they have gone to Texas A&M and won with Edon Thomas? Certainly looks like it. They had a chance down the stretch, and the young freshman guard throws the ball out of bounds, and certainly you were a 7.5-point favorite against South Carolina, so things were kind of set up for you to have a 2-0 start in the league. But it's just very, like, if you could create the most frustrating scenario in your head, this would be it. Your best player, the guy that you've invested $2 million into, has not played a minute of SEC ball, and you're 0-3 to start league play. You've got Kentucky coming into town tonight, which traditionally has been your biggest home game of the year, your most well-attended, but Kentucky's unranked. They're 10-6. You're 0-3, and there's just basically no buzz for this game. And, Matt McMahon's in his fourth year. I didn't read the interview yet, but from what I've been told, it's what we kind of said. Verge has said it's NCAA tournament or bust. And, throughout Caldwell's interview with him, he references all these coaches like Lane Kiffin and Kim Mulkey and Jay Clark and Dennis Shaver, and not once does he say Matt McMahon's name. So I think it's clear at this point that, McMahon is coaching for his job, and that's unfortunate. But apathy, I think, is a killer. And it's interesting. I think I'm going to do something before March, but you do realize this marks the 20-year anniversary of LSU last going to the Final Four in 2006.
Yeah.
And you've got a generation of people that have been brought up on men's basketball for the most part being insignificant, irrelevant. I'm not one of those people. I grew up in the 80s on the heyday of Dale Brown, on the PMAC being packed, on going to watch Shaquille O'Neal and Chris Jackson and Stanley Roberts and all these star players. I was a little too young for the Rudy Macklin and all that, but star players, packed crowds, highly ranked teams. That's what it was to me, and it hasn't been that way for a long time. And
right.
So, and it's one of two revenue-producing sports you've got at the school. So, it's just, and you throw a bunch of guys together for 1 year. You don't get to know them. You don't know who they are. There's no connection with the player. And then they leave, and then they're gone. Right. And then you pay $9 million on a team that doesn't make a tournament of any kind. It just leaves you with a pretty bad taste in your mouth. So there's a lot of meat. There's a lot of schedule left. I hope that De'Don Thomas can come back, and I hope they can make a run of some kind. But at the moment, it doesn't feel very hopeful.
And when you look at LSU basketball historically and how they've been able to make an impact when they've been relevant, look at who the head coach you're talking about. Dale Brown, I would say, I think it's a stretch to say big personality. John Brady, big person.
Yes.
John Brady, Will Wade, all of these these coaches all were almost bigger than the program was because they knew what they were getting themselves into. When you have to almost cause a bit of commotion because there is apathy around LSU basketball. When you look at when LSU basketball hasn't been good, it's been the coaches that you've seen that are very much, I guess, the silent type on the sideline. It just feels like the energy that's put into the LSU basketball program, whatever you put in is given out to the fans, and that's why I feel like it is a little bit stale at the moment because Will Wade, obviously you see the magnetic personality. Then you have Coach McMahon where it's all I ever hear is great guy.
Yeah. Well, certainly Dale Brown had a huge personality, and I would just kind of wince sometime at some of the younger LSU fans who would say, like, name it Will Wade Court and this and that Will Wade's the GOAT and this and that, in which, look, he built a lot of highly ranked teams that made NCAA tournaments. He only coached in one NCAA tournament for different reasons because he was either suspended or fired or whatever was going on with Will Wade at the time. But, you know, I think Dale Brown over a stretch of time made the NCAA tournament 10, 11 years in a row. He made 2 Final Fours. He made 2 Elite Eights. You know, some people, they never won a national championship. You know, it's like, man, it's hard. I mean, it's kind of asking a lot for in the heyday of Bobby Knight at Indiana and Mike Krzyzewski at Duke and all these, you know, North Carolina, all these basketball blue bloods for LSU, who had never done squat in basketball for the most part, besides, you know, have the greatest player of all time in Pistol Pete and Bob Pettit before that. But, you know, from a team standpoint, not do a whole lot. But yeah, Will Wade rhymed a lot with Dale Brown in terms of trying to pump life in the program, promote, come to our games, you know, make the press conferences interesting. You know, Skip Bertman, a lot of that too with him, having to promote and get the kids, the players to go out and stand on the corner and hand out schedules. I mean, can you imagine asking LSU baseball players today to go hand out schedules on the on the corner or go out and do stuff like that? Please come to our games, you know. So yeah, I think, you know, Johnny Jones had one NCAA tournament team. He didn't really work out. He was not that kind of fiery, energetic personality. Certainly, he you know, has been a highly successful coach at Texas Southern, and it's a good coach, and certainly had deep LSU ties. Trent Johnson was not a fit. He came in his first year. They won big. They made it to the second round of the NCAA tournament. They gave North Carolina, the eventual national champion, the best game that they had all year. I think that was Tyler Hansborough and Darren Collison and all those guys. I was at that game, 23,000 people in blue and white rooting against LSU, and they put up a hell of a fight. But then after that, after your Marcus Thorntons and Garrett Temples and Tasman Mitchells were all done, you know, LSU never sniffed another NCAA tournament again with Trent Johnson. And so, yeah, it's been a frustrating stretch with LSU basketball. I think you've either got the fan who remembers the glory days of years past and is frustrated it's not going to come back under the current circumstances, and then the fan who never knew those days and doesn't care at all, especially with all of your sports, or a lot of them on campus, being such at a high level. Your gymnastics program, packing the house, recent national champion. Your women's basketball team, recent national champion, deep run in the NCAA tournament. Your baseball program, 2 national championships in 3 years, packing the house. Football will always be king no matter what. Yeah, I mean, when you've got all those great things going on and so much disposable income, it's almost like you shrug and say, "Oh well, men's basketball they're not that good. That's just the way it is." Bruce Hornsby.
Well, JD,
with on the staff, my guy Keith Hornsby on the LSU staff. So
the inventor of the piano key necktie. Bruce Hornsby.
What'd you say?
He's the inventor of the piano key necktie.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I always wondered. I was like, man. I was like, when is Bruce Hornsby? When they're going to roll a piano out for Bruce Hornsby? When Keith was there to do "That's Just the Way It Is" and "Mandolin Rain" and do his hits and stuff, but never happened.
Never happened.
You have Bruce in the middle of the court and Keith shooting threes while he plays, and there's your cinema. There's your entertainment.
Yeah.
A little father-son moment.
My funniest story about that is that I think Keith's biggest shot, he hit the 3-pointer buzzer at Arkansas, got him in the NCAA tournament. He said that the student section during that game, they were heckling him, and they were like, "Hey, Hornsby, ain't going to be no walking in Memphis tonight, Hornsby. You ain't going to be walking in Memphis tonight." He's like, "That's not my dad's song. That's somebody else." So, anyway.
Well, imagine being Keith Hornsby and you're getting heckled by a 65-year-old man who wants to talk about Bruce Hornsby references. Like, don't think this is the game for this, but it is what it is.
And that's just the way it is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Tupac, man. Tupac, did the big sample. It's funny to go on YouTube, and I don't know if you guys ever watch these videos where these kids will watch a song and they react to it, and it's funny to see all these young kids who watch the Bruce Hornsby, the original, "That's Just the Way It Is." And, wait a minute, right? I've heard this before. This is the Tupac. Yeah. So.
Well, JD,
anyway.
we appreciate your time this morning. What do y'all have going on? Because I know it's a busy time over at WAFB soon.
Yeah, we'll be out at the LSU Kentucky game tonight covering that. I think we're gonna give BRCC some love tonight as well. They got a home game. We're gonna try to go cover that. John Eads is all over the local high school hoops and who's playing, and we'll be covering some of those games. We're gonna have our high school football player of the week, player of the year, a show coming up, I believe, at the end of February. We're working on that. We're gonna have a LSU baseball preseason special that'll air on February the 13th, the day before the season opener, or February 12th, I should say. And just a lot of stuff going on. Check out my latest Jacques Talk with Gordy Rush. We'll be busy, man. We got a lot going on. So
that's for sure. Well, we appreciate you making some time for us, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, all right, Lloyd. See y'all later.
All right,
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. There he is, Jacques Doucet, the best in the business, the sports director over at WAFB, as they do great work over there, and he leads that team well. Don't forget, every single day we're brought to you by CAS Roofing and Advising. You see the folder right here to my right. CAS Roofing and Advising. Our guy Pierce Patterson on the team over there. 225-910-0619 is the number. Make sure you give it a call if you've got some grit in your driveway, missing shingles, or if you have a roof that's 10 years old or older. That means it might be time for you to get it checked out. You might be able to get a new roof replacement through our guys over at CAS. 225-910-0619 is the phone number. Call over there. Check them out. And you can vote for them right there at that link on their Facebook page, CAS Roofing and Advising on Facebook. You click that link right there in the caption, and it takes you to the Best of Baton Rouge, where you can vote for CAS Roofing and Advising right there underneath Home and Garden, and then it'll give you the roofing tab down there later. When you scroll down, it should say roofing somewhere on there.
I got it.
You got you? I got you.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
It should say roofing on there. You click that, and CAS is one of those options that you can vote for right there. The best in Baton Rouge. Make sure you vote for our guys over at CAS Roofing and Advising. Pierce Patterson, the rest of the team, they do great work over there. 225-910-0619 is the number. Call it, get your roof checked out, vote for them there. Best of Baton Rouge. We're going to take a quick break here, come right back with more Tingle & Co. after this.
I just cast my vote.
There you go.
That's a big move for me. I don't vote.
Well,
but I do now because I believe in CAS Roofing.
CAS Roofing and Advising. I would advise you to vote.
I would advise you to vote for CAS. Or else.
Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Branding at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Martin has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff,
where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
All right, welcome back here as we close out this Wednesday morning's show. Don't forget, every single day our show is brought to you by FanDuel, our friends over at FanDuel who have partnered up with us here in 2026. You can bet on LSU tonight as LSU and Kentucky face off in the PMAC. The Wildcats make their way to Baton Rouge this evening. And LSU is a home dog. Tigers tonight are catching 4.5. As the Wildcats are favored by 4.5 points in the PMAC tonight. And you've got the money line plus 158 for LSU, minus 192 for Kentucky, and then that over-under's at 153.5. Look, there was also an article put out yesterday by our guy Wilson Alexander from The Advocate where he talked about some of Verge Osbury's answers and quotes, a lot about Matt McMahon and this men's basketball program, which is obviously in a tough spot. They've got 2 home games this week, as I believe they play Kentucky tonight, and then they have Missouri this weekend. And it has not gone according to plan up to this point, because as of right now, I'll look at it kind of under the same scope that we looked at women's basketball. That first 5 games of the conference schedule for women's basketball was a huge stretch where you're playing a lot of tough competition, right? You're playing number 11, number 12, who have jumped up in the rankings now. Georgia, who was undefeated at one point, and then you go Texas, Oklahoma, right? Number 2 and number 5. So you were playing top 5 teams, top 12 teams, and an undefeated Georgia team in your first 5 games. That's a tough stretch. For men's basketball, however, this first 5 games of conference play was not a tough stretch, especially when you're talking about the league as a whole. This first 5 games should not have been as tough of a stretch as it has been, because you started with the Texas A&M team who has won some games, right? But they beat Auburn, I think, right after beating LSU. But you were on the road, SEC opener for a first-year head coach in College Station, and you lost a winnable game even without DJ. It was a game you lost by, I think, 3 points, and you didn't have DJ there. So obviously you can associate it with the fact that DJ didn't play, because if he did, maybe it goes differently. But you still made mistakes and didn't execute well enough to win that basketball game. Then that rolls over into what really was the most embarrassing one of them all, South Carolina, who you were favored by, I think, 7.5 points when they were coming to town. You go down by 25 at halftime, and you claw all the way back in the second half, but you dug the hole too deep, and you couldn't get out of it. And that loss was just like Hunter Hall says it in the chat, inexcusable is what it was. I mean, that's a game that you have to win, and you didn't. So then you start 0-2 with 2 games where you really should have been 2-0, and then that rolls into Vanderbilt, who is an undefeated top 10 team you weren't going to be expected to beat. That's the one that's an understandable loss, right? You still went down by a good bit. You fought back. You played well in the second half. But you should be sitting at 2-1 right now, and you're 0-3. And that is, to use that word again, inexcusable. The fact that you're not even sitting at 1-2 is inexcusable. And it puts so much pressure on these next 2 games. Because if you looked at it beforehand, at this 5-game stretch, A&M, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Missouri, right? Those 5 games. You would look at it and you'd be like, that's actually a pretty promising first 5-game stretch in the conference. And you would have said 3-2, right, is fine. Okay, you would think that would kind of be the line. You would think you could get some wins out of that A&M, South Carolina, Kentucky, Missouri. Those 4. Vanderbilt is the toughest team. They're very talented. Those 4 would be the games you would look at and be like, okay, get 3 out of those 4, go 3-2. Well, right now you're 0-3. These next 2 games are, and I don't want this to be unemphasized, massive. These are some of the most important games of Matt McMahon's life, because you're starting 0-3 in conference play. If you start this first 5-game stretch 1-4, the word inexcusable doesn't even do it justice. Because what you have after that first 5-game stretch is you go on the road to Florida and Arkansas, right? Those are 2 extremely tough opponents. Florida's the reigning national champions. Arkansas, obviously, with Coach Cal and that team over there, extremely talented. Those are 2 very good programs. Games that would be tough. That would have been nice to be going into them 3-2. It would still be nice going into them 2-3. But that means LSU would have to go 2-0 this week versus Kentucky and Missouri. And from everything that's pointing, when it comes to DJ Thomas, it doesn't seem like I would say he's definitely not going to go tonight. And it's going to be up in the air day to day when it comes to Saturday. And as of right now, you're in a real tough spot, because you didn't get the job done against South Carolina, really the most inexcusable loss there was. If you get the job done there, and even if you're sitting at 1-2 right now, the grass is looking greener, because there was a chance for this team to make a push for postseason play. The way they played in the non-conference, the wins they got over a team like SMU, if you go 9-9 in conference play, you have a chance. And you still do. It still stands true. But that means over the next 15 games, you'd have to go 9-6. And that is a tough thing to do, especially in this conference with the competition you're going to run into, the Floridas, the Arkansas, the Georgias, the Tennessees, the Alabamas, the Ole Misses, the Oklahomas, Auburn, all. It's tough. This week is a pivotal stretch to Matt McMahon's future at LSU, because Verge Osbury said it in that write-up. via Wilson Alexander and the Advocate, the expectation is a tournament, the NCAA tournament. Let me see if I can find the exact quote. He says, obviously, I think he wins those first 2 games. If he has his point guard with him, Vanderbilt's going to be tough regardless. That's a Sweet 16 team, but we played well. So, obviously, you can associate it with DJ Thomas, but still some inexcusable losses there. And the quote from Wilson is, Osbury was frank in saying McMahon was told before the season excuse me. McMahon was told before the season that LSU needed to be back in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2022. And like I said, to do that, 9-9, 500 in conference play, which is his best season at LSU up to this point. It happened one time in 2023, 2024. That team with Jordan Wright and Trey Hannibal and those guys, Will Baker. They went 9-9 in conference play. They went on quite the run in the conference, especially that second half of conference play to pull it off. They ultimately made the NIT because they weren't very good in non-conference. This team, to make the tournament, to check that box, would need to go 9-6 the rest of the way through, which is going to be an extremely tough feat, especially if this DJ Thomas deal continues on. Getting him back is of the utmost importance. And this week, these 2 games, Kentucky tonight, Missouri this weekend, you've got to find a way to win them without him. You've got to assume he's not going to play in either, and you've got to find a way to win without your best player. Because you've dug yourself into a hole starting 0-3 with games that were winnable without him. Texas A&M, not a bad team, but you lost by 3 without him. You were in that game. You made mistakes down the stretch, turnovers. You couldn't handle the press. Reese threw a pass up at the backboard on the last drive to try and tie it at 2. You even got a shot from Mosley at the buzzer to try and tie it at 3. And you didn't get that win. But I thought McMahon coached a good game. I thought they did an extremely good job in the second half in the half-court offense, right? But you still didn't – you weren't prepared to handle the press. They didn't do a good job against the press, and they didn't make the right decisions down the stretch to win it. And then South Carolina, like I said, absolutely inexcusable. The defense to start that game was bad, and you know they can do it because in the second half they did it. So it's a fact of why can't you do it to start the game? They've dug themselves in a hole.
And now you don't have your best player.
And you've got to find a way.
Nope.
Absolutely find a way this week to pull off the unthinkable and go 2-0 against 2 teams that are
you would be capable of beating.
And you still are. But it's tough without your best player. That's why he's your best player. He's not your best player on accident.
This just feels like them's the breaks for McMahon's tenure at LSU. It kind of feels like it's gone this way, whether it be your best player being injured, which has happened to him now 2 years in a row. Was it Jalen Reed, would you say, was looking to be probably, if not the best player on the team, at least somebody that you're like, what a future here you have here.
Yep.
Tears his ACL, then pops his Achilles. You pay more than you've ever paid for a basketball player who ends up getting an injury that he re-aggravates, that he hurt in high school. And it's, well, is he going to play against Kentucky? No, he's doing treatment for 16 hours a day. He wants to play, but he's not. Right. He's not going to play. I don't think he'll play in either one of these games. And Matt McMahon will look up and go, that was kind of what I mean, there's only 5 guys on the court. My best player isn't playing. We're not very good. And I don't think we won't remember this era, which is fine to say.
No. It sucks because
if
McMahon,
you say it right now, he's not coaching next year.
No,
and I think that's just the reality of the situation. And is it all of his fault? No. But he also didn't do a lot to inspire people to be inspired in terms of the fan base. I have no interest in watching that game tonight.
There's no enthusiasm. There's no excitement around it. The buy-in is not there, right? And that's because if you look at the cards he's been dealt, it's been tough. He had to rebuild an entire roster from 0 year 1, which ultimately has started to become the norm, right? It was jarring then in 2022 because it hadn't really happened that often, but now you're seeing it. When coaches change, rosters get
not even when coaches change. Just the next year, you could have 8 new players.
Yeah, just as true. And spending money has been extremely important. This is the first offseason they've spent on the roster, But for the situations have been dealt with where it's been injuries and all of these things, it's been a tough sled, but at the same time, the excitement's not there. And wins get you there, but also being able to recognize faces and know names of players and assistant coaches and do all the things and go out there and hit the streets and try to raise money and gain excitement and all those things that the Mulkey team there, the first year with Kim Mulkey, right, wasn't an extremely talented roster. Your best player, I think it was Kayla Pointer, was on the team before, right? She had been here, right? But they hit the streets, got the excitement up, got people in the arena, right? All of those things to raise the level of excitement at LSU.
And it's been that ever since. And I guess you could, if you want to find excuses for men's basketball, that could be one of them. Like, how much of the attention span of the LSU fan, how much can it be when you have all of these things that are happening all around you? You see the success. Like,
that's not
right.
That's
I know, but that, like, what there's a direct antithesis of Kim Mulkey feels like Matt McMahon. And
you made a really good point with Jacques. Any success that LSU's had with basketball, there have been coaches that have raised the level.
It was non-consensual.
You have to break barriers.
I think just the natural order of things here is that the basketball program needs to create space for itself.
Right.
Because if it's just a guy, it's not going to be number one. Like, you do have to earn the attention. It's sad, but it is the third priority. You know what I mean? Like, that's just sort of, certain schools.
Well,
in terms of the major three,
right? Well, and
the men's sports.
My thing is that's not just an LSU thing. That's Louisiana, right?
Yeah, overall, yeah.
Coming from a basketball fan, somewhere basketball is my
your
thing.
favorite sport.
No, that's not Louisiana, right? Louisiana is football, baseball. Here, everything else just kind of fall in line. Depends on where you're at,
or if you win.
Right? But Louisiana is baseball, softball, football are the three. That's who, and LSU obviously follows that that order, and so it's just tough because especially, and it was hard for me listening to Jacques in that interview, and he said, for him personally, he got to grow up in the
Dale Brown era.
Dale Brown era and got to live through all that. And he was like, there's a generation of LSU fan that hasn't gotten that. And I wanted to be like, yeah, JD, you're talking to him. Like, for me, I was born in 2002.
Stop saying that.
And so, I know y'all. But he talks about 20 years since 06. Right? Like, I don't. I don't remember 06. I don't remember that Final Four run.
I do.
Now I've gone back and watched it. I know about Daryl Mitchell and Tasman Mitchell and Big Baby and Tyrus Thomas and Garrett Temple and go down the list. Of course I remember it, but I was 4 years old. So my whole life it's been like I remember watching the Jordan Mickey, Johnny O'Brien team that
J.O.B.
Jarrell Martin and these guys, like, they couldn't
win.
They went in the first. We got that first game in the tournament. It was Jarrell Martin, Jordan Mickey, but they didn't win it. It was a loss. I remember watching it. We did a watch party for it. I was fired up. Finally in the tournament, loss, right? Then Wade gets here and all the excitement's back, and that 2019 team that won the SEC regular season title, I was in awe. I'd never got to be excited about LSU basketball, and I'm ready for that to be back. And this season, you could see at the start of the year, you could see the structure of it. You had the pieces to get to the tournament. You didn't have the pieces to make a Final Four run.
No.
You didn't have the pieces to maybe even win a tournament game, but you had the pieces to make it to the tournament.
Easiest tournament to get into?
Probably.
68 teams.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of teams. You win your conference, you're automatically in. So I mean everybody gets a chance.
There's no reason in this era, right, where you can, like we were talking about with Texas Tech and everything, where you can buy your way to relevance in a year or two.
But now it feels like even with that strategy for LSU men's basketball, everybody looks like waste of money.
Right, because there's no
excitement.
Right.
Like there are no expectations. You can win as many games as you want. You can go play SMU in the Smoothie King Center, but we're not going to go because it's been proven time and time again the non-conference doesn't mean anything because we can go undefeated and then suck in the SEC, right? That's the script. That's what's been. There's been 1 year, and it was included in the article. In 23-24, they went 9-9 in the conference. Outside of that, they've won 5 conference games. That's 3 seasons, 5 conference wins.
That's ridiculous.
Not good.
That's fireable.
It's bad. And there have been things that have not gone McMahon's way. But it's an unfair business. It is. And it sucks because I do like McMahon, and he is a good X and O's coach, 1,000%. If you go watch the second half against Texas A&M, they went on a stretch, a 12-1, 12-2 run, something of the sort. But they were scoring in the half court. They were running half court offense. They were getting really good shots. You could see the offensive mind and the play calling that he was able to put together to make that stretch. That was coaching. It was impressive. But you lost. And now you're 0-3. And you've got a huge stretch, and it starts tonight against Kentucky in the PMAC. And I'm going to be interested to see what it looks like.
Are you going?
I haven't decided yet.
See? The man that's,
no, I know.
Clamoring for it, like, wants it more than air to breathe. He's like, Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we are.
We're talking about your favorite sport.
I hear it.
And
you'll be there.
Jason will be there.
Every game.
And that's right.
Every game.
Follow him on Twitter.
Please.
Optimism.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, and I'm going to be interested to see what the crowd looks like because Kentucky, like JD said, year in, year out is the biggest game. From a crowd standpoint, it's always the biggest game because it's Kentucky. They are the blue blood in the conference.
It's the reason for the saying.
Right. I mean, like, so it is the biggest game year in, year out. But right now, Kentucky's not very good. And neither
I'm sure they're more upset than LSU is.
Well,
that's what they got. That's all they got.
Are much higher.
Right.
Their expectations are national championships
every year.
Right. We're just trying to get to the dance.
Don't play Texas Western.
Which is what sucks, really, because like the expectations are not that high. Like I like.
It literally couldn't be lower. Just make the tournament.
Just make the NIT.
Make the tournament and lose.
just get in. You just got to get into the dance. You got to punch your ticket.
Like,
seriously.
Make the tournament and lose. You're like, okay, cool. We made the tournament.
Right.
There's 70 teams that play for it, and you're not one of them. There's only 120 of them.
And up
basketball's a lot more, I think.
Up until SEC play started, you had done everything to do it. Mm-hmm. You were 12-1 in the non-conference. You put yourself in a position where if you go 21-10 overall, you're in. And you could even go 20-11 and get in. But as of right now, you're 12-4. You've started 0-3. You've got to go on quite the stretch, and it starts tonight. And look, they can win this game without DJ Thomas. They can. Kentucky has spent a lot of money on their roster, but they are not very good.
I mean, look at the hell of a fucking promo here.
Well, yeah, you've got to.
I'm laughing at it. Like
it's 50% off on food, drinks, and beer.
But they're begging.
Right, be there. We'll feed your family.
Make it a date night with
the
your
whole deal.
Yeah,
take the family.
Bring your little porker boy.
Bring your family.
Shove 2 hot dogs at him.
It's so junk for cheap.
Yeah,
you forget.
Yeah, get hammered.
How sad you are.
Drive around town.
You've got to win this game tonight. It's a must win. It is. It is a pivotal matchup in the PMAC tonight.
If not, you can just get hammered.
If not, it's 50% off. Just have a.
It'd be irresponsible for you not to go.
11-12 beer.
11-12 beers.
A few small beers.
I have 11-12 beer.
Man, give me cold drink, cold beer.
Cold beer. All I'm thinking about right now is cold beer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure, you can sit wherever you'd like, or bring your own booze. I don't care. Go.
Right. And look, I know the women's game does this. The men's game might, but I know the women's game, they drop hot dogs from the rafters. They might do it tonight, where it's just like free hot dog, which I think is it's the craziest thing to. I mean, because you can see the people walking around the catwalk, and they just have these parachuted hot dogs that are
I mean, that's America, brother.
It is. It's the most American thing ever.
You can do. I'm trying to think of what other food is.
And there was one of them at the game on Sunday where the parachute didn't really kick it. Like,
a hot dog coming?
The hot dog was flying down.
And a
really
pork missile.
Yeah.
Because I am trying to think. It feels like a hot dog is the only food in which you could do this with. That it's light enough to be parachuted in.
Right.
Hot dog,
but
yes.
delicious enough to inspire.
I would like to see somebody.
A fervor.
Right.
You know.
Everybody loves. Who doesn't want a hot dog from the sky?
Yeah, everybody fight for a free hot dog.
I would like to see somebody go no hands.
I just do.
Yeah, free hot dogs for life.
Lord have mercy.
I can't.
If you unwrapped it, somebody would try. Or just if you go keto, no bun.
Don't take an unwrapped hot dog to the mouth, guys.
Pork missile.
We're good. No, stop. That's enough. Win the game tonight.
That's enough.
I'll be cheering.
There you go.
I'll be locked in whether I'm there or whether I'm not. I'm gonna watch the whole thing.
You should live stream
and
yourself watching.
I'm gonna live and die by each play.
Mm-hmm.
And the
I
funny
haven't really
thing about
enjoyed basketball with you. I haven't seen you get all fired up for it before. We have no reason to, but I would imagine your anger is different.
Yes. Well, I'm more knowledgeable of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Football, I mean, I know the simple things. Like I can point like maybe
throw it to Trader's Green.
Maybe throw it to 14. Maybe don't. If everybody else is in zone, you shouldn't be in press coverage and man, because that's not going to work out.
Just do offense better.
Yeah.
Just do
but
offense
in basketball, I'm like,
that's a bad set.
That was stupid.
Mm-hmm. Throw it off the backboard from half court.
And bad habits. I hate bad habits. Like when players have bad habits.
Double dribbling.
Or like jumping to pass. Oh, I hate jumping to pass.
Going to the corner, getting trapped.
You're like a Euro step every time you drive middle. Just stop on 2 feet. You've already broken down the defense. But
and chest pass it.
It doesn't even have to be a chest pass.
Bounce pass.
Bounce. I love a good bounce pass.
Mm-hmm. Fundamentals.
Hold it. Having the ball without intention.
Yes. So
my favorite is the not the mid-range jumper, the consistent foot on the line jumper.
Oh yeah, you like that?
Or like the step inside.
Possible too.
Oh yeah, the
Udonis Haslam shot.
The worst shot basketball.
Worst shot basketball.
Short corner.
Oh, the UD short corner.
No,
shot
I want him to shoot that.
Money. Yeah, that's Sean Livingston.
You're talking about
mid-range fadeaway.
The 23-foot.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about the dunker spot, little short corner pull up.
Yeah, that's UD.
Now,
I want that shot. But Chris Bosh notoriously could not get fucking behind the line.
Yeah, no, I remember.
And
it is the worst.
Very close.
It's the worst shot in basketball.
1,000%.
Right inside the 3-point line.
I love the pump fake on a 3, step into it across the 3-point line to a 2-pointer for an 18-footer that's not contested.
Yeah.
It's like,
and you waste like 10 seconds of clock time while you do it.
Right.
Hunter Hall, $2 super chat. Can we get that 50% off beer and dogs on February 21st, please? Is it a Wednesday? Because then, yeah, you can. 2 claps. Ready.
How much is a 50% off dog?
Normal price.
Half of what it normally is.
$1?
Well, if it's concessions, right? So the dog would normally be like
$4.99,
$4, but in a concession stand it's $8, so it'd just be normal price. Probably $4 hot dog. Oh, it's a Saturday. Sorry, Hunter. Won't be able to get you those 50% off beer dogs.
Got to sneak.
Have you ever Chef with an alert here? Let's see. Let's double check it on the. I don't mean to offend anybody when I double check. I just like to double check before I.
Yeah, it's just responsible.
Yep, it is. You're seeing it happen right now in front of your eyes. As LSU wide receiver Nick Anderson is entering the transfer.
He almost made the cut.
6'4", 210 pounds.
Later.
So because they brought in a lot of receivers.
Yeah.
And they've only announced the official return of one, which would be Phillip Wright, the true freshman last year, who was impressive. But Nick Anderson now officially in the portal, so you're seeing the turnover. What is that? Is that a burger dog?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Ooh. I mean, I'm sure it tastes
bad
good.
visual.
I just hate that look. Yeah, that's a
what? Whoa.
I can't say what it looks like.
Well, why do you hate what it looks like then?
Well, it's just
Because it looks like a cooked one.
Cooked one.
That's why. Don't sear it.
Put these bird dogs on
Love it.
Put these bird dogs on a grill for the family.
You gotta be kinder to it than that, man. That's just.
But
you want your hamburger dog raw?
But
not that.
Nick Anderson, right?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, has hit the point.
Right.
So,
I mean,
it's
this
unfortunate. Look, it's unfortunate the way it worked out. My excitement for Nick Anderson
was
preseason
palpable.
Was
I love a big receiver.
I was just like, he's going to be great. He had 10 touchdowns 2 years ago.
But see, I'm fine with this because it's like the end of it. It's closing the book on some of these things. It certainly closing the book on 2025.
Nothing about you. It's just sort of
like I don't like your friends.
Just kind of want the taste out of my mouth.
Yeah, you're just a casualty of war.
If we're just redoing
Nice,
it, let's
Christian,
just redo it.
Christian in the chat.
Sure.
You want to read Christian's comment aloud?
Oh, sure. Okay. Ew.
Ew. Ew. I don't even know what it says.
He said he'd put his dick in that.
No, Tingle, well, since you're a basketball guy, can you explain to me why it seems like our women's basketball always brings the ball down on offense and goes straight to the edge of the court to the right? You mean like so? Because the one thing they do that I'm never the biggest fan of is a ball screen out of the corner, right? Because there's just not a lot of court to work with.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
If you're ball screening the corner. Now the good thing is it would be really stupid to ball screen face it out because their offense is a pick and roll offense. Everything they do comes out of the pick and roll. So if they're able to space it out, get to the edge, and then you can kind of walk down your defender, get the ball screen, and turn the corner, it leaves more room for everything else to kind of open up. But
Christian got the stream killed.
Good, yeah, nice, thanks, Christian.
But it's back up.
But it's just because it's a ball screen heavy offense. Everything is centered around the ball screen, and so they try to open the court up as much as possible. From the way I've looked at it, they're just trying to create space for the ball screen. But they have run a couple of sets that have looked good. Really, some stuff to get Michaela the ball,
which is a ball screen,
because they really like if you've noticed, Flaugy, Michaela, and even Jada all hit the mid-range right around the elbow shot extremely well. They shoot it well. Like Flaugy and Michaela make it a point of they are getting to the elbow to shoot that shot. So if you get it all the way out to the closer to the sideline to create that space, when they turn the corner, it's more right towards that elbow than it is you can kind of float to the other side. It gets them a better look at the middle of the lane where you break down the defense. So it'll be interesting to see what they look like against Oklahoma, because Oklahoma is a good team this Sunday when they match up. We'll have Schwartz on again before then to preview that basketball game, that matchup. Top 10 matchup or I think Oklahoma might have dropped out. They started 0-2 in conference as well, or 0-2 in their last two. So, Chef with another little piece of news. Is that real? We're about to find out. Is that Danielle Hunter?
Mm-hmm.
That picture, man.
This and Keelan Williams' calves fed tiger droppings for quite a time.
I used to look like that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Wow, yep, Walker Howard. Good job, Chef. I'm gonna start double checking you now if you keep getting them all right. Walker Howard is signed with Ole Miss.
Oh, I wonder how.
Returning to Oxford.
That's funny.
They needed a quarterback, but it seemed to be there was a fox in the hen house scenario. Daddy did not approve.
Did he?
Hunter Hall, why wouldn't a team trap the heck out of that tendency? I don't know. It is surprising how little other teams double LSU's ball screens.
Walker Howard is hot on the trail of TJ Finley. 5-star.
Well, at this point, this will only be his third school because he's back to a school he was already at.
Yeah. Is that better or worse?
Just different.
Just
odd. Cool. Whatever. Do whatever you want. What?
Yeah, it really is.
I hope he plays. I like Walker Howard.
Me too. I wanted him to work out at LSU.
I thought, I thought he would be the one that stuck around, and
he got out of there
quick. That was
Daddy.
He sat the 1 year and it was like later.
Yeah, Dad did not have the greatest relationship with LSU, as it were.
Daddy.
That was a rough game.
Daddy power.
Yeah, him and Jarrett Lee syndrome.
Yeah.
Where it's just bad to worse to worse to. I don't
Turn
look back at my time at LSU very fondly anymore.
Turn the TV off.
Yeah, shout out Kendrick Lamar.
Walker was on the road to getting replaced at UL. How is he upgrading? Well, he was the starter at UL. He got hurt.
Listen.
And he's upgrading because now he's going to go be a backup.
Whenever you have the scent of a 5-star, people can't help but chase potential.
It's true.
I can fix you.
No, I mean, yeah.
I still get drunk on it.
Oh, me too. Yeah, if you like when he goes to the NFL, I'm like former 5-star.
You know, we're talking about I haven't remembered all the names of the transfer kids yet, but the Tennessee
edge rusher.
Edge rusher, who's just perfect on paper.
Right, 5-star.
Yeah, 5-star.
Yeah, it's just like 5-star. Let's go.
Well, and
he's
6'5", 200.
Right, that's the part that gets me more than anything.
Yeah.
When I see the measurables, and I'm like, you're telling me this isn't going to work?
Right.
Yeah, what's wrong with
Tyree
you?
Adams, 6'7", 310. Like, what are we talking about? That's an NFL left tackle.
Yeah, my brain's like, you would have to try to be bad.
That whole offensive line was just puppies with big feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And now everybody else gets to raise the dog.
$2 super chat from the Raging Poon. Hey, dudes, any chance of opening the lines?
Best dude.
Not today, but we do need to get back to opening the phone lines. We'll get that squared away. Like Hunter Hall says, Dongle Day will be soon. Not enough time this morning.
2 claps.
To fire that thing up. 2 claps. Ready.
I love clapping for
Shout out
Poon.
to the Raging Poon. He's on that shirt right there, the jersey.
He is.
Signed it. Him in a row. Gage Evans, 6'7". Banned.
Don't grill it.
Banned. Let's close it out this morning. Let's go 13 for 13. Get today started right. As shout out to FanDuel, I just took LSU plus 4.5.
FanDuel loves that more than anyone.
Yeah, they do. Hey,
thank you for your money.
That's how much I love FanDuel.
That's right.
Little donation.
And
giving their money back to them.
I am betting on this is a must-win game. You got to be as bought in and as fired up as possible. Their issue's been slow starts. Their issue's been slow starts.
Well, don't let them get in there and be like, "Hey, boys, don't start slow."
Yeah. And I think tonight will be the night because you absolutely cannot start slow, especially defensively.
You know, it does seem like Kentucky is like in the kind of spot this year where this does seem like a kind of plausible game for them to lose. You know, if we're coming in and it's so must win, and they're just just like not what they're supposed to be.
Right.
That's not a terrible bet.
And they're missing one of their better players.
They don't have as much to fight for.
No.
Well, yeah, McMahon's life is on the line.
And
they're kind of like us in football this year.
Right.
It's just like, it's fucked up.
With the coaching life on the line, you've had slow starts. If there's anything you need to do, it's you'll have them fired up, ready to go from the jump.
Well, McMahon he really needs to look in the mirror and go, "Do I want to move? That shit sucks."
Yeah, that's so hard.
I mean, there's so many life parts about this.
He's probably got like a big house too. It's like a lot of stuff.
Right, yeah.
It's like 2 trucks. He's got 2 trucks. He's got 2 trucks.
Son's playing at U High.
Oh, I got to move the fucking kids.
Yeah.
Lord. Talented. He's good.
And he's such a nice guy.
Yeah. People might help him move.
He definitely would have a ton of friends that would help him.
Everybody, of course you love.
That's the thing.
Well, they don't even have to be friends, really.
He's just a nice guy.
You know. I'm sure people would, here you go. Like, I would help Brian Kelly move.
Right. That's a good point.
H-Town, does Lane go to the SEC championship game year 1 like BK?
I mean, there's so many factors that go into
There are. I
can't responsibly say that.
Backdoored into that SEC championship game more than anything. You made it, 1,000%. You made it.
He was probably pissed he had to coach an extra
week. But it wasn't a barn burner.
He did care that year.
He cared for a second.
Yeah, that was
I have to prove.
It was everything after that.
Yep.
Like, I can. That was pretty easy.
Yeah, he had to prove this
all
is the right decision.
All I did was go get that guy out of the transfer portal, and he worked out really well. And
he's coming back.
I'll just do that a few more times. I'll just get more grass, and I'll be home runs, and it'll be really good. And
the biggest thing was
backwards in a few.
In 22, they hit on their DBs out of the portal. In 23, they didn't. That's what happened. That's the biggest drop off out of it all. Is in 22, you hit on Garner, Converse.
Oh my God,
Brooks, Fouché, you hit on those guys.
That's the worst defensive backfield.
What?
The 23.
Yeah, 23, where you went and got Denver Harris and Deuce Chestnut. And
they fought each other in the
Zion
locker room.
Alexander and
good
the
guy.
Greg Brooks, where he played in a game he shouldn't have played in.
No.
All of those things where it was just like, the biggest thing was you hit on your DBs out of the portal 1 year, you swung and missed big time the next year. Because and you also had Jay Ward, who had stayed from O's tenure, B.J. Ojolari, Jaquelin Roy, Micah Baskerville. Nobody knew who Kirk was.
I do want to. There's one thing we can touch on real quick, just before we, because I just thought, Jacques said it, that we're bringing in those guys from Southern and West Florida and older. I was kind of thinking, is it like almost an Indiana effect? Like their whole thing this year is they've got a bunch of guys that are 23, 24, 25, that are older guys, that are kind of grown men. They're really good players and they're well coached.
But we talk about.
I think it's kind of jumping on that trend, which is kind of what Lane Kiffin does, is bringing in some men.
Yeah,
even if they're not like the highest rated guys.
Because we were talking to Rose because with them being in college, right? Not only do they learn from the experience mentally, physically they're developed. Right. Like they've also spent 2, 3 years, 4 years in a college program, eating, working out, doing the whole deal. Yeah. Right. I think that's you're seeing. Why would unless I can get a DJ Pickett, Harlem Berry type 18-year-old from high school, why would I pick to spend $5 million there versus $5 million on the 24-year-old that's got a 24-year-old man's body? Or
5 24-year-olds
that are not as expensive,
600, six figures a piece instead of. Yeah. So I don't know. I just thought that was something interesting to kind of know.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Anyway,
the experience mentally and physically is a huge,
especially when you're replacing so much.
Right.
To have guys that are just physically ready to step in,
play. Right.
Even if they're not the most,
and they've got the experience, so it's not going to take them long to pick up on whatever the.
I think it seems very intentional to me.
Right.
I like it.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely intentional.
So anyway,
because I was we were talking, coaching freshman basketball. I was telling Daniel Newman, the other freshman coach, I was like, our number one job as freshman coaches isn't for them to go undefeated in one game. It's to break the habits of their middle school and AAU growing up coaches that have taught them to just guard one man or to all these bad habits they've gotten from the first 14 years of life. If you want them to be good in your high school program, you've got to break it.
Yeah, 100%.
And so, that's even the difference between going to get a 23-year-old versus an 18-year-old is, these 18-year-olds might have bad habits that they got away with because in high school they were just the best athlete on the field. Mm-hmm. Caleb Jackson, right, I think is one example of that where he came in. Now, he really didn't get developed the way he should have at LSU, but at Liberty, it didn't take much for him. He was a freak of nature. It was give me the ball, I'm going to run over everybody.
Right.
It was a lot different at LSU when there's a couple other guys that are comparable size-wise. And so, if you go get a 24-year-old, you have good, well-coached habits, right? Or, if you identify the right ones, not 18-year-olds that are trying to relearn all these different things. So.
While being, for the first time in their lives, physically outmanned.
Right.
Which is a psychological.
First time ever. That's the crazy, because a lot of these athletes, like you were saying, they from pee wee football to middle school football to high school football.
It was just, I'm the beast.
Actually, there's a lot of other guys
like me. We make them real big, real quick.
Right, and then that's the thing about each level is college football. It's that, and then the NFL, it's that again. Mm-hmm. Not only these are the best of the best from high school, so now it's the best of the best. It's just
these are the guys that are.
It's a wake up call every time.
Sports are fun.
It is.
Nothing more worthless than a fucking undefeated JV team. Doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
Future's bright.
Maybe.
Right.
Depends on how they won.
Because that's the thing. The JV team can go defeated, but the focus is we need this kid to handle the ball now, because next year he's going to have to. And so even if it sucks tonight. In this JV game, that's scratch.
Fine.
He needs to learn it.
That's
for
why
next
we have
year,
this.
Because I tell you what, there are some bad habits that you learn, and it's normal in AAU basketball versus school an organized basketball. It's almost two different sports.
It's two different sports. It completely is.
Like what is help side defense? Like we have a couple of kids that I was like, look, and I know your whole life it's been, I'm stopping. I'm guarding this one guy. He's not going to score.
Right.
But you're actually guarding all five, and you need to be in the help to help your teammate who gets beat off the dribble.
Defense is an organism.
Right.
You know?
Right. So now we can go 13 for 13.
All right. Sorry.
What did you think?
It's good talk though.
What did you think about that? Well, Walker Howard. At least the win with this one was we adjusted and we went butt to butt. Because the Danny Lewis nut to butt problem should have not been posted.
Weird look.
It was bad. It was bad.
Why did we?
I don't know.
There's no reason to do things like this.
I defended this. It's not that weird, guys. Come on.
It's just so
it's
fucking
just him.
silly.
You know, it's just him being silly.
Hey, coach, do a fun little dance.
Mm-mm.
Put your little arms up. Do a fun little dance, coach.
I mean, this would have been like yeah, we did it. Do we need to put it out?
Right. Just because you spent time making it doesn't mean there's still not an editing process where you look at it and go,
I will say this one is drastically better than Danny Lewis.
Fun to try ideas, but we can never let this see the fucking light of day.
This one's so much better than the Danny Lewis.
He's doing our elevator knees.
Well, the worst part is BK is dominating the
podium.
The podium.
Alpha.
I mean, Walker is barely on it. Like, look at that. His toes are hanging off. BK's got all of that
this is
room.
pre-Ozempic BK.
Of course, that is true.
So he needs a little bit more room.
He's a little bit larger.
I just didn't realize he was so short.
Walker Howard's tall.
I know, but still, like, even if that's a 6'5" boy, that's
not a 6. And that's the thing, Walker's not 6'5".
right.
I mean, if you see this on the dance floor, how can you not? You know, I get it. You come on a Texas club.
Hey, that's not a man that could be, contained to one woman.
No, yeah, I mean, he oozes sexuality. It's not his fault.
Fucking that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh no, of course.
I mean, after about
Can we turn this off?
Allegedly, a cocktail or two before this.
I was going allegedly.
Allegedly.
This looks like about 3 tequila dance.
He's a Scotch man, I'd imagine.
Rose said tequila. Allegedly.
Really?
He does have the wine collection.
Just seems like he smells like Scotch.
And it seems like I would assume whiskey. I would have thought like whiskey.
Yeah.
But
Irishman
and
I can't say that song.
on the Netflix show, Any Given Saturday, very convenient filming of him only the chest up.
Of course.
Because they cut the cup out.
I'm not showing you what's in my hand.
Right. I'm fucking plastered in here.
Oh, I thought I said he's rigged up.
No, well.
Tequila.
Allegedly.
All right, let's do the thing.
Their LSU basketball just posted pictures from the Kentucky win back in 2023.
Yep.
24. That was pretty cool.
Just glad they posted.
That was a good win. It was fun. Rush the court. Game winner, buzzer beater.
Have you all ever done that? Have you all ever been part of the rushing of the field or the court?
I've rushed one time.
I've never rushed a field or a court.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've seen it.
Football.
Even when I was there at those games, I was just like,
football.
That's not for me.
Rarely is there going to be a reason to rush. The field.
Yeah, it's kind of it's
basketball.
We're an act like you've been.
Like
there
if I would
program.
have been at that Kentucky game, I would have rushed the court.
Yeah,
because that was huge.
Why is Brian Kelly trending?
That dance, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. It's probably our fault.
No, we got traction, baby.
There we go. Yeah, it's funny. The Lane Kiffin effect to the social media is real. That video was not doing all that well on Twitter, and it is doing pretty good now.
The 3 people I excitedly texted to this morning, just once I just saw it, I didn't get a chance to see what the clip was yet.
Right.
I was just like, holy shit! And they were all just like, what the fuck? Oh my god! Like.
Yeah, relevant program over here.
People like them.
Relevant, baby.
And you know why? It's because we flash our intelligence.
And that one we were talking about money.
Money.
All right, here we go. We've got the India. Okay, go. That's good. Yep, 21 and yeah. And then it's Pacers, Fever, Colts, and who else is in it?
Indiana, Butler?
Butler? But that would be no. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Great.
And then we've got, let's see.
Foles? Alouettes. Oh, okay. CFL teams, I think.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bang!
Look at that.
Foles, Swan, Breeze, Cup.
The Rough Riders and the Alouettes.
I knew that's what it was going to be.
Dan
What
Fouts.
was the last one?
It was Drew Brees, Nick Foles,
Dan
Cooper
Fouts.
Kupp.
Lynn Swan.
They spelled them funny.
They spelled them funny.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
Da.
God damn it.
Dude. I'm going to be sick.
So, yeah, don't move too fast now.
Don't move too fast now.
I'm exhausted from dancing on the podium. Y'all got the rest of the day, huh?
Y'all knocked this out?
Yep. Y'all good?
I'm going to take the next 3 years off. You guys good? Now, let's see this freak. Let's go look at this freak.
That is Barbie Boy.
Gosling, yeah, it's Gosling.
Ryan
And
Gosling.
Can you zoom in a little bit for me there, baby boy?
Let's get up in this woman's face.
And look at this woman's face. Thank you. That's the spot.
I think that's his chest.
Laura Dern?
I'm trying to remember what I recognize her face from, but I know the face.
It's not Laura Dern. It's not Laura Dern.
What show or movie is this? She's a blonde.
I think it's.
I don't know that name, so I can't really help you.
What does she do?
It's an actress.
Yeah, she's. You know,
I know. What
you
is
would know
she in?
her if you need to.
I can't think of what this woman's in, but I know this woman's face.
Is it cheating to Google and show
Yep.
you Laura Dern?
It is.
Okay.
It is Laura Dern.
We've confirmed in the chat.
We've confirmed in the chat. It's Ryan Gosling and Laura Dern. That's what we're going with. I'm going to now look at Laura Dern's face.
Oh, I didn't know what you were going to say.
I'm now going to look at her Mr. Skin profile. Is this
Yeah,
the whole thing?
that was, she was nude for 23 seconds.
Yes, that's who I was thinking of. She's Jurassic Park. That's what it is. Why couldn't I?
Oh, it is. I know that woman.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been in everything for 30 years, 40 years. Her dad's Bruce Dern.
In Dan Marino's final career game, the Dolphins got blown out 62-7
Fuck.
Jesus.
by this AFC team in the 1999-2000 divisional round.
Is it the Raiders of Bruce Gannon?
Ooh, that sounds like.
That was a really good guess there.
That would, yeah, that is
Look
a good
at your
guess.
brain working.
They used to score points. Now they're.
Jaguars. Oh, would that be
The Jags, just a guy.
David Garrard?
Was it like
Byron
the
Leftwich?
fourth year they were a thing?
Yeah, this would have been early in the Jags' tenure.
Didn't they like 95, 94, 95, something like that?
Yeah, they had Byron Leftwich. They
You
had
didn't know you weren't
Fred.
alive.
Oh, I sure wasn't.
By a lot, I know.
No.
Uh-huh.
They had
2002, baby.
they drafted running back from Florida.
I'm gonna die before all of y'all.
Pistons.
Piston. Oh,
no.
Noah.
Wow.
I didn't even read
It
it.
must have been the 76ers, maybe.
I can't even.
Or maybe it was the Magic. Ooh, it was Orlando Magic. They did play for the Pistons as well, though. That was the Magic. Dang it.
A
A starter and contributor to multiple NBA playoff teams, this Oregon forward was 2017 Pac-12 Player of the Year, led them to the Final Four. Dylan Brooks.
Yes. Is he a forward?
Give me a second.
I don't-
It could also be Torian Prince. Torian Prince also
I thought
played
he
for the.
was
It was the
he
Magic.
went to
so
Baylor?
I knew it. Oh, Torian Prince was Baylor.
Yeah.
But Dylan Brooks was Oregon.
He's been in the league about that amount
I
of
think
time.
it's Dylan Brooks.
He's a real little antagonizer.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit, yeah. Canadian piece of shit.
History. This American inventor co-developed and was the namesake of a device that encodes text characters as standardized sequences of two different signal durations called dots and dashes.
Morse code.
Samuel
It's whoever's Morse. Yeah. There it is. Samuel Morse. Chain restaurants.
Here we go.
To compete with other chains, this major fast food chain is now
$7.99
offering
meat, baby.
a 3-box deal that includes sandwich, 3 sides, and a drink.
Is this Mr. Chili Dipper? The 3 for Me combo?
Isn't this an Arby's?
Or a 3-box?
It's not. Chili's isn't fast food.
I thought Arby's did the 3. No.
Yeah, I feel like this would be Arby's. And it's
See,
the only one that beats $7.99 meat.
They'll do
well,
anything.
if it's just meat, would it?
It is Arby's.
Arby's underrated.
I used to love Arby's. It is. I've cooled off on it. It's a walking diarrhea shop.
I tell you what.
Chance
Can
to
we
get a
tell you-
sponsor.
Let me tell you where I was in. I was in my bag. Monday night, me and my buddies went and ate at Walk-On's, and it was trivia night. We had no idea.
Sport?
First 2 rounds of trivia were fast food chain logos and sports. And when I tell you, I put on a show.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was
Add
like
ice cream
that.
brands and you're golden.
It was like, what's this logo? I was like, Shake Shack. Who was known as the answer? Allen Iverson. I mean, are we kidding?
Did you play? Did you write it down?
No.
Oh.
It was like on the phone and people were Googling and stuff.
That's how they all are now.
I hate that.
Fucking.
It should be I write on a sticky note, I turn it in, or a whiteboard and I hold it up.
You gotta go scan a thing and then down. And then
If I catch you on your phone, I reserve the right to fucking smash it. Quit cheating. Why'd you come here just to Google it?
Yeah,
right.
It's
It's okay if you don't know.
You can't put the phone in my hand and then be like,
don't look it up. Yeah.
I mean, I can do it, but it's harder than it needs to be. So let me write it down.
Yeah, there should be a real punishment.
You know what they
for
do?
Google.
Like is when they do like music mini games in between rounds.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that.
We're going trivia tonight.
Let's go. Game of Thrones. Kit Harington and Stranger Things Charlie Heaton are now parts of this HBO BBC One financial thriller series.
Industry, baby.
There you go.
Industry plants.
It's a horny show.
Are they together?
No. But
Bruce Willis voiced the
everybody fucks in
inner
that show.
thoughts of a baby in this 1989 rom-com starring John Travolta.
Look who's talking.
Never
Do you
heard
know
of
that
this.
Kirstie Alley's parents got in a car wreck and died? On Halloween night, her mother was dressed in blackface and her dad was a Ku Klux Klan member.
I did know that.
And they had to be
I did know that.
buried like that.
I've seen a bizarre like CBS. It was like a 60 Minutes of it or like interview where they like.
It's an interesting crime scene.
They're like, "Do you want to talk about?"
This is
And she was like, "No,
No, I don't want to
not
talk
really.
about that.
So they were sober, probably.
It's a different time."
Yeah. Do you think they were leaving the party or going to the party?
Was it 1864? That's never been okay.
Hopefully they were going to the party and they didn't make it anywhere.
Maybe God took
like
care of it. Like, nobody needs to see this.
I mean,
It's like bad taste.
What's it called?
rest in peace, but bad. Look who's talking.
Look who's talking.
Music.
They made a sequel.
Rihanna won her first
Look who's talking
VMA
too.
for Video of the Year in 2007 for this song featuring Jay-Z.
Run
This
this
be,
town tonight. New York, Umbrella.
Is it Umbrella? No, New York is Alicia Keys. Yeah. Is this Umbrella?
Is Jay-Z
Umbrella, Ella.
And then, and then
there a rap in
Spider-Man does the video.
That was later.
I know, but I think that's why it would be this one because he copied it.
I think it's Umbrella.
He looked great.
Tom Holland?
Yes.
Yes.
NBA, this is
Magic.
the Magic.
This is your fault.
It was, but I got it. I
Yes, you corrected.
quickly corrected.
Yes.
They have both played for the Sixers. Aaron Aflalo also played for the Nuggets.
And UCLA.
They both played
Bruins.
for the Pistons. Yep.
And he beat LSU in 2006.
When he was at
UCLA. They got off to like an 18-2
Farmar.
run.
That
Jordan
guy
Farmar was unbelievable that night, afternoon.
Westbrook-
Darren
yeah,
Collison
in the
was on
middle of
that
the
team. Russell Wilson was a freshman,
He
I
was a
think.
freshman, yeah. And he was like just okay.
Yeah, he wasn't filled out yet.
No, I mean when he
still looks incredible.
well, yeah, I mean
He's
is,
a freak. He's
an
one
animal.
of like one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that averaged a triple-double 3 times? Yeah, he's
Angrily?
Very angrily. He just couldn't shoot.
No,
Just
because
couldn't
he's
get
too
that
angry.
Jumper figured out.
and
Cotton
just
shot?
kind of a difficult guy, right? Seems like he's not the easiest.
I think he wants
Well,
you to
he's-
compete like he
he's
competes.
like the ultimate competitor. Like just
Like-
and it's
to his detriment.
it's hard to be like probably a talented all-star teammate with that on your team. But he's done a good job adjusting to being like a role player.
That's true.
I've been impressed with the way
It
he
feels
He
like
must have
it feels like
financial
he's
issues.
He's been on this side of his career for a long time.
Yeah.
Where he's just fine.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's
But he
just-
had a 3-year like best athlete in the NBA.
When KD left Oklahoma City.
I mean, like
it was
the fucking Westbrook show.
Westbrook was the easiest person to root for.
It wasn't possible to average a triple-double. Like, that was the consensus.
Right. Nobody will ever do that again.
Never. That's Oscar
Nobody's
Robertson.
ever going to break Oscar's record.
Yeah, like, that's just... And then he did it.
He went on a
3 years.
man.
Did he also do it in Washington for a year?
Yeah.
He averaged triple-double there, too.
Yeah,
right?
he did it a couple
Because he went to Houston and it was kind of and then he went to Washington and he popped back on the scene because they traded him for... Well, see, because when he went to Houston, he was traded for CP, and then when he went to Washington, he was traded for John Wall.
John Wall, right.
It was just these point guard swaps. It was funny.
He's averaged a triple-double in 4 different seasons.
3 with the Thunder, 1 with the Wizards.
Washington, yeah. He did 2017, 2018, 2019.
Wasn't one year like 30?
Yeah, the MVP year in 17, it was, 31 points, 10 and 10?
Yep.
It was pretty crazy.
That's gnarly.
And the other thing that made him easy to root for was because of where KD went.
Yes.
Yeah.
If KD goes somewhere normal, it's not as easy to but it's because he got abandoned and left.
I was hardcore Team Westbrook, man.
I hated Kevin Durant when he joined.
Yeah, he ruined my good time.
I was like, oh. I mean, I was in high school, and I was like, if I ever ran into Kevin Durant in person, I'm not even gonna freak out. Like, I'm not even gonna talk to him. I don't even want to see him.
You'll show him.
I was like, I don't get him, man.
He still thinks about that.
Like, if I saw any NBA player, I'd be like, dude, sick. Kevin Durant, no.
Would you pull his arm?
Like, that little 5'9" white kid just stiffed me. What the fuck?
Yeah,
literally.
My day's ruined.
Never meet your heroes.
But no, I do.
I love that. Noah
Kevin
Tingle.
Durant won me back over.
When? Just by
now,
existing?
I
enjoy him, yes.
Yeah, come back.
He has to know that was a bitch move.
He was irritating for a while.
I was pissed.
Well, because he was defending something that was indefensible.
The Warriors
and he's too good.
Once he left the Warriors, I could root for him again. I appreciated it.
God, I hated that team.
But I loved the Olympics.
It wasn't even fun to watch.
2 summers ago?
Yeah,
Olympics,
it was awesome.
KD, Steph, and LeBron, watching them, it was...
Oh, that was truly.
And then I wouldn't
that's
be
a
mad.
conversation
I was going to compare when I was
have
talking
with you someday.
To do what?
I want to have this conversation with you. How we don't develop superstars anymore. What has happened with the developmental process in this country?
It's
fundamentally broken.
It's changed in the last 10 years, though.
Well, and the difficult part is the last era of superstars has not let go.
They boomered it.
Right. And on top of that, the real superstars that have kind of taken the spotlight are foreign guys.
All foreign guys.
And so it's harder to, I don't know if it's harder to root for foreign guys, but they don't speak as good of English. They're not going to be as public about it. I'm just saying.
It's true. I know.
But it's also just like
the one that has the biggest opportunity to be the superstar is Anthony Edwards. He's the first one to kind of, but the issue is in the social media era, people get crowned before anything happens. Mm-hmm. And so it's Zion's going to be the next this, and then he wasn't. And so then it's kind of like, well, we were really banking on that, and then that didn't happen. And so, let's turn to Ja real quick, and then he makes these decisions, and now it's
one way to put it.
That is what.
Like, Ben Simmons is going to be him.
Well,
no,
we evaluate players poorly nowadays. Like, if you look at, for the last probably, I would say 10 years, the top 5 players in the country coming out of high school,
right?
4 of them, in most cases, are busts.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't used to be like that. It used to be if you were a top 5 player in the country, 3 of those 5 would at least go on to be players.
Right.
And now it's like just somewhere we started evaluating the wrong things. I don't know if it's AU ball. I don't know.
Well, and I think part of it is the importance of a role player now is massive, that you're seeing role players get drafted early.
Yeah.
And very rarely do you see teams go all, like, outside of the top 3 picks. It's like, okay, where can we find a specialist?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Trey Murphy was not drafted to be, now he was later, he was like the 17th overall pick, but just for the example, he wasn't drafted to be
your 20-point-a-game guy.
No, he was drafted to be, you're going to make 4 threes a game and play defense.
Right. You'd be 6'10" and hits the
But remember, he got hit in the shoulder.
Right.
But I mean, like Cedric Coward this past year is a good example of. I mean, he's going to be better than a role player, but you're going higher on that type of guy because they're making a bigger impact.
Yep.
Or you can,
but
and
at the same time,
the other issue is
it's weird. It's costing us though, like this top of the
and you also have teams stockpiling draft picks. The Thunder have taken every player possible.
Right.
I mean, and now their team is extremely talented, but the issue is they're not going to be able to keep those guys. Mm-hmm. And so you're not holding on to drafted talent because you financially can't.
Right.
Which is a rule that I do think that they need to adjust. It should be easier for you to keep players you've drafted. If you were successful in the identification of a player and you picked him and he was good, you shouldn't be penalized for it by it becoming open market and anybody can outbid.
Yeah, the most recent CBA kind of fucked that up a little more, right? With the aprons and all that stuff.
Right.
And now it's too complicated for me to really even fully. I used to be really good about cap knowledge, I knew the rules, and now it's just like I don't. You have to have an MBA in order to really understand what's fucking happening.
Literally.
But it seems like it's a lot harder to hold on to.
It is
because you get penalized with 40%.
They're struggling on the superstar front just because the other superstars are still superstars.
Yeah, LeBron won't let go of the league,
and the ones that are there to take over are Luka, Jokic, Antetokounmpo, Gilgeous-Alexander,
and
they're either not
Wemby
easy to root for, and all four of those guys are foreign.
Right.
They're from Greece,
Canada,
Canada,
Latvia,
and Latvia,
and France.
Like it's just France. Yeah, Wembanyama. Like it's the foreign game is just
better than the American game.
No, I think
but at the same time, then it's not, because then when you get to the Olympics and.
But I'm interested to see the next Olympic round when we do not have the three guys that saved us in this last Olympics.
You're gonna have to.
I don't know if we're
not in the position to be a favorite, but I would. When are the Olympics? What year is it?
28 in LA.
Call them again. Like if the LeBron is retired, he can run it back for 8 games.
And Steph, if you can shoot, you can
shoot. Yeah, he'll still be playing.
Yes, I think Steph.
Kevin Durant can fall out of bed.
I think it would be detrimental.
It's the perfect ending to LeBron's Olympic. Because if you look at where it started,
only play if they get
back
Bronny on the team.
in 04, where he was on that team, they get the bronze, and then he goes 08, 12, and then he was like, you know what, I'm going to put the cherry on top in 24 after taking years off.
And played great.
And he played the way he did.
And then Steph took over, and it was like, this team was so cool.
It was so good. The play, and I was going to bring it up to Shorts when we were talking to him, because we were talking about that Michaela play where she got it to Joyner, but Joyner knew, this isn't for me. It's going back to you. Was Steph. Curry to KD, and KD, I'm not reversing it. Take it back.
LeBron's open over here. He's like, no,
screw that.
You. And he off balance.
Nui.
And ya grill. And then he put you to bed. Nighty night. He's so cute. Great golf swing, too. Kind of has everything, except his wife.
Oh, Steph?
Yeah, wife is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, the wife.
I'm ready for him to be
divorced.
No, just done.
Steph?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never. He's nice. He's perfectly nice. He's great. I'm not saying he's not great. He's just not my favorite.
That's all right.
It was weird rooting for him. It was the only time I've ever rooted for him in my life.
Yeah.
Was that?
It's very rarely have I rooted for him.
I don't. And it was a fun experience. Steph like, Curry. Shit, I just like the Warriors.
Right.
And I like the Warriors.
I liked them at first, the first couple years.
The last year with Mark Jackson, you could see it.
KD,
cool. Yeah, it was fun.
The Warriors.
Yeah.
And
then Draymond's just
just that.
Well,
a good guy.
But it's just once KD got there, it was like, well, this is not fun anymore.
Yeah.
It cost Braun a championship.
If that happened at recess, you'd be like, we're redrafting the team.
Right. This is bullshit.
No. Y'all don't get to do that.
I'm
not doing that.
Why would I even play the game?
Right. I'm gonna go.
I bet that wasn't even fun. KD was probably, this is really easy. I'm
easy.
open again.
Right.
Isn't that wild?
Flash.
Fuck it. We appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 to 10 a.m.
10:30.
Or I guess 8:10 to 10:30 a.m. Like we've been doing. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Like, subscribe.